All right, guys, what's going on? It's been a long time since I had a couple of special person with me. But other than that, this is a special podcast right here. We were talking about this with Andre from Sunday, but we got it together. So we're gonna talk about Street with the hype that's going on with Street of Rage 4. And it's supposed to be coming out this spring, as long as there's a delay. Hope not, but we'll see if there's not a delay or nothing. We're gonna just talk about the history of it to a degree as best as we can. So with me, I have the game idea guy, of course, because he's the only person I know who plays as much remakes as anything on his channel.
Well, I mean, look,
Hey, I'm not mad at you.
somebody's got to show the newbies how you're supposed to play brawlers. Somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And let me introduce the
Look,
other person
do
as
not
well.
go to the games media and expect them to actually know how to play a game. They don't. They don't.
Man, I play everything on easy.
And
of course, still can't beat it.
Yeah. So the voice you're hearing, of course, is long time friend of the channel, Jay Flynn. What's going on, Jay?
What is up, everybody? How y'all doing this lovely evening?
Yeah, we talked about. Trust me and Andre, like we got each other's phone numbers. So I text Andre Sunday morning about something. He's like, "I'm not surprised. I'm just not surprised what these game media is doing about Street of Rage 4." I'm like,
look, they can't even play the game on normal. They would never be able to hang with me trying to play that game online, play it on Mania.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Ooh, they would not hang with me.
Quick thing about like game media, because I was as you guys know, I have played the Final Fantasy VII remake demo.
Mm-hmm.
There was a certain journalist, he shall remain nameless, that complained about fighting the Scorpion boss. I'm like, dude, you ain't even fought Bahamut Sin yet. And you complaining? This ain't the hardest. This the first boss. This ain't even the best boss in the game. And you bro, you better not pick this game up on April. You better not.
It's been a long time since I had.
You in for a long run if you talking about you gonna play Final Fantasy VII and you complaining about the Scorpion tail boss. You better not. And you don't even know what's coming. I know what's coming. You in for it, buddy.
Oh man, but that is true. That is trust me. We could even detail that at the end. But like I said, we all are basically we are mid generation. The best we could say. We're not play all the way back to Atari. I wasn't born then, so whatever. But we came in on we 80s babies. That's what we are. And one of the things that we enjoyed, of course, was some beat 'em ups, and there are a lot of beat 'em ups up there. And I won't get to that in the later part of it, but at the time before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got their legs going, because remember the first game was not that great. I'm not gonna lie, that thing was a pain in the butt.
Well, no, the first game was technically the second game.
I get what you're saying. Well, I wasn't in America, so I thought that was the first game at the time. So I just remember
that was just a game that they threw on the Nintendo because they didn't know what the heck they was doing.
After killing my Blockbuster all over and over, I'm like, screw this, I'm done. I'm not playing this no more. That damn is killing me. And freaking every time I get closer to the damn bomb.
All times.
That is one of the most broken games out there.
As soon as I get to the bomb, I'm like, when I get to the last bomb, I'm like, I touched the sea. Where the sea? The seaweed ain't nowhere around me, but I got hit. How? Memories, I know.
The 80s. You gotta love
it. Games were very hit or miss back then.
Yes.
Very hit or miss.
Yes. They were hit or miss, but like I said, they had games with beat 'em ups that came out with River City Ransom, of course, against Street, and of course Final Fight. Had Final Fight, because I played the first one was Final Fight Guys, what I played first. Then I played the Final Fight series and everything else. But speaking of that, let's just go into, like I said, we're going to go into the series, the history of two of the most prominent beat 'em ups. I mean, Tellers in Time and everything's cool. Don't get me wrong, great games. But these two were basically the back and forth, because one was, it was a team. It was just Team Nintendo was Final Fight. Team Sega was Street of Rage. It was just, that was this thing. That was if I have to be honest, that was the only battle, like I said, console wars thing I ever had was in my childhood, was that. No,
Yeah,
nothing.
that was the big one for a lot of people.
Yeah, that was the big one.
For me, that was
That's
it.
the
Everything
only-
else we didn't really care for
Yeah.
how they work. But like, oh man, you know, so it was just weird how that worked out. No, but that said, so I know it's hard to because I know I'm using XSplit J. So like I say, yeah, I still have not figured out how to super share right, because every time I press the share on Hangout, it does the whole multi-screen crap, and I'm like, you know, forget it. I'm gonna wanna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just so I'm just gonna go with the words and of what's going on. So with that said, Final Fight 1 and Street of Rage 1. So let's go with Final Fight. What was your first impressions of that game when it first came out, Andre? When you played it?
oh gosh, that was a long time ago. But I remember being really glued to it and not wanting to stop playing. Like, I do remember that much. I remember being very glued to that game, not wanting to get off of it. And if I did play through it and beat it, I'd always go back through it. Like I had like the music was great, the game was good. Like it was, especially if you were in an arcade, you were playing with somebody and you got really into it. And it was just fun going through those mobs. And then I ended up getting the Sega CD version of the game and playing that a lot with my best friend. Like, so I was constantly on that. Like, I remember Final Fight through and through and loved that game since I first played it.
Okay. And how about you, Jay?
My first thoughts was, how can I get my brother to be a human shield so I can get all the power-ups?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I was the evil one.
Shiesty one.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the game because back then, like, that was right when I was just getting into comics. So I was I'd be reading comics and I'd see like the back page where they have like all the ads and all that stuff. So I would see like Final Fight. You see this big dude that's supposed to be the mayor that looks like Hulk Hogan if he didn't have blonde hair and had a head full of hair. And you're like, okay, this looks weird. But I think I seen that guy on WWF Superstars. So yeah, I can play this. And so yeah, I enjoyed the first game. The first game was a lot of fun for me. Just because like I love the side scrolling beat 'em up. It's like one of my favorite genres of gaming, actually.
Yeah. Okay. And so it's kind of sad. He's like, I'm gonna use my brother as a human shield.
What, man? I mean, it happens.
No, I got you.
Usually, though, the better player is the one that becomes the shield.
Yeah, see, I was making my brother better.
Oh, don't even start that. Do not even start that. Don't give this man no. Oh, that is so wrong, Andre. What you give this man? Oh, wow.
Look, my brother used to do me bad too. Like, y'all don't have no idea the hell he put me through on Contra. It was payback.
No. I understand that full well. I'm the youngest brother. I understand that fully.
I'm the oldest. I'm supposed to get the spread gun.
That just listen to you guys.
We'll drop that for now. Though.
Yeah, and that kids is what I had to deal with growing up.
Yeah. Well, as for me was, like I said, I started with Guy, Final Fight Guy, but then I was like into the beat 'em up a little bit, and then I saw this game. I wasn't the guy who had a Super Nintendo. My next door neighbor had a Super Nintendo. I had a Genesis, so I went over there, and I'm like, this Final Fight thing. What is this thing? I'm like, okay, and then playing it, it's like, oh, he said, oh, this is from the one like Super Nintendo, from Nintendo, the Final Fight. I'm like, oh, okay. So lo and behold, I'm seeing this game with, as you guys could see on the screen, is basically these three characters, Cody, Guy, and Haga. And I was like, okay, it's kind of cool seeing this mayor, which of course we know now he was always a wrestler before he became a mayor from Super City. What was again the game was, Andre? I forgot.
Saturday Night Slams.
Saturday Night Slams, yep. And Saturday Night Slams. So I was like, okay, I get this. And I was like, just to see a mayor like, okay, you know what? Y'all tear up my city and you stole my daughter. You know what? I'm gonna whip some ass. Oh, don't you call the chief, police chief? F the chief.
Nah, they were like, nah.
I don't need no
They're
chief.
like, I'll handle this
What?
myself.
You see all these abs and muscles? I put them here for nothing.
Matter of fact, watch me bust out my shirt and then
I'm walking
I'm
around,
gonna walk down
with
just
a
one
onesie
strap from overall.
Oh yeah, a one suspect, and go over there and kick some butt. Yep,
Oh, man.
that is what we had, and that was pretty cool to see that. So, of course, little difference was that Street Final Fight was bigger sprites. It was more colorful and more smoother in that Capcom did, because remember these guys were taking some of the engine from their, of course, Street Fighter, and just meddle it more and more to be what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that was
Plus, on top of that, every platform that Final Fight was officially on had more color, had a bigger color palette to work with than what Streets of Rage was working with at the time. So
yeah. So that's what we had. We had Street of Rage. We had Final Fight, and like I said, it was also where you have a lot of things where you're like, you see how you call it, like the whole thing of people eating food off the floor. That was the thing.
Yeah,
It was bad enough in Castlevania. You crack a wall and you see chicken, you're like, should I be eating this?
You know what, though?
Haunted hole, and I'm in a castle, damn ghosts and everything, but I'm gonna eat this chicken.
Eat this possessed piece of chicken.
like, does anybody have hot sauce?
I was like, let me see, food. I was like, this is weird, but you know what?
Some places the food comes out of is very highly suspicious.
Exactly. Tires in this game, as you can see on the screen, Cody just punched tires. Oh, there's chicken. Okay, all right, I'll take that.
I mean, I could expect money, but I don't know about picking up a plate of food off the ground.
And the thing, I always used to laugh. Is like, it's meat, but it's nicely placed on plates. So it's like, it's just like, huh?
That kind of makes me think that there was somebody running around like, hey, look, there's a fight going on, and we know there's a fight going on. We gonna throw food where nobody gonna think it's gonna be.
Didn't we have the Minish back then and just going around putting stuff in, like from Zelda, like they're putting rupees in the grass? Like, oh, here's a gift for you. You know, let's go to this other game and give you meat and money and weapons. Again, weapons make sense. Weapons make sense.
That's gonna be forever the joke. If they didn't fix that in Streets of Rage 4 and make you actually grab your food off of a table, I'm gonna be making jokes all day.
Oh, there's no table. It's already. I already seen the gameplay. They ain't fixed that part.
Oh man, that's comedy gold there. That is comedy gold.
Oh man, it is. But like I said, bigger sprites, a little bit more smoother than what Street of Rage was, but. It was, you know, it was pretty cool just to see a mayor, Ox's friend, of course, Cody being he was gonna, boyfriend to Jessica. So, and just it always killing me. It's like, okay, I know why. Maybe you guys, because again, I never really followed too much at the time. I get I can figure it out, but I'm just to hear you guys like, let me get it straight. So, I know why Haga's going after the Maggie gang, other than clean up his city, but to get my daughter back. Cody. Going, of course, because that's his girlfriend. What was Guy doing this again for?
Well, if the whole story was Jessica gets kidnapped, Hager finds out, and then he calls up Cody, and Cody and Guy actually talking. They're training together.
Yeah, I know that.
Guy
that.
goes along with Cody because they're best friends.
Okay.
So Guy goes with Cody because that's his best friend to help him.
Again, clearing it up. Oh wow, I didn't look. Well, at least you know what? Pineapple and beer. That was different. So pineapple and beer.
It's not as bad as Double Dragon.
Oh, Double Dragon, bruh, Double Dragon, the best opening of all time.
Well, yeah.
Double Dragon, just walk up to the girl, punch her in the stomach, carry her,
walk off, and just walk the hell off. Only in the 80s. Only in the 80s could you get away with that.
The premise is that she's the girlfriend of one of the brothers, but it's like,
Really,
Dude.
bro?
And you know what's funny?
Like,
And you know what's funny? Because I'm watching it now. Like I said, the gameplay you guys can't see, but I'm watching just to show you what we're talking about. So these guys have. It's kind of weird too because you know how Nintendo was, but it was like Cody right now is stabbing everybody. You seen blood?
Yeah.
You see blood splats.
The
Like,
the first 2 games they did blood. I think the third one they didn't.
yeah, the
Yeah,
third
I
one,
know.
no, the second one and the third one they didn't. The second
didn't?
one
Okay.
had blood, no,
'Cause I know the first one did. The very first one
yeah,
did.
yeah, that's what I'm showing right now.
Exclusive to those 2 are exclusive to the Super Nintendo. That's why you didn't have the blood in them at the time. But the arcade version of it, yeah, arcade version.
No.
of
The
Sega
Super Nintendo one had blood. I'm playing the Super Nintendo. Oh no, you're right. I'm playing the arcade. You're correct. You are correct. My mistake.
Yep.
My mistake.
It's the arcade.
It's the arcade. No, you're right. No. I thought I pressed Super Nintendo when I searched for the video to play while we're talking, but it says arcade coming. Okay, it's like okay, makes sense. Yep, got it. So
Remember, both the Super Nintendo games for Final Fight, the first one, were both 1 player.
Yes, they were. And then they had like I said, and they had many iterations because Final Fight. Then you had a Final Fight with the 3 characters. They had a Final Fight Guy, so Guy could have like. They went to a lot of Capcom doing what Capcom normally
jump through a bunch of hoops to not just make the whole game on 1 package.
doing what they normally do. Doing what they normally do, which is always annoying. Which is of course multiple versions. Just to sell. That's Capcom for you. You know what? Let me shut my mouth.
Let's not go down
I was just gonna
rabbit
say
hole.
something. No, I was just gonna say something about something new, but I said I'm surprised this ain't happened to a certain game. But
Don't
I'm
say it yet. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I got you. But I do like how, again, Final Fight had its roots into the Street Fighter mythos. Because again, like right now you're fighting Saddam.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool that he was in Alpha, and he was in Satellite Slams too, wasn't he, or not?
No, Sodom wasn't. He wasn't.
He wasn't. So Haga was the only one that was in there. I mean,
Yeah, from Final Fight, he's the only one.
No.
That was inside.
Okay, so Final Fight. Nobody from Street Fighter 2 was in there other than Haga.
Nope, nobody.
Okay.
Because that game, I believe, came before Final Fight.
No, it did, and I get that. I was just seeing if there was just some because right now, like I said, you fight just like that. You fight Saddam in a ring, the ring like Saturday Night Slam. It looks like
It looks like the same ring, and it could be one of the arenas, and Mad Gear took it over, and that's probably the callback.
Got you. So we have so that was Final Fight was a fun game, as Jay just said. To have that game so you could do the beat 'em up and have your human shield for your brother to teach him how to fight right.
Shield.
Your human meat shield to teach him how to fight better. Which is whatever that is. You know what? I'll leave it as what it is. It is what it is. But we had at that time there was another game coming out which was on a Sega, and this is where Sega answered, and it answered a game pretty all right, which is of course the original Street of Rage.
Yeah, that was a decent game, and you could tell where they were going with it. It was just like this is one of their early iterations in gaming. So here's the history behind Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage is actually a follow-up to a game called eSWAT, because the police in Streets of Rage that you use as backup are the police from eSWAT.
Okay.
And Axel, Blaze, and Adam were all
ex-officers.
members of that police. They're all ex-officers from that same police force.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the backstory on that. Just like Saturday Night Slam Masters comes before Final Fight, eSWAT comes before Streets of Rage. Oddly enough, they started off in 2 completely separate areas and somehow ended up both brawlers. So,
yep. So that was
it's a quick history lesson.
No, but so which one? I'll ask this question: which one did you guys play first? Like,
I played Final Fight first because I ended up playing it in the arcade.
Okay, what about you, Jay?
I played Final Fight because I had a Super NES. My neighbor had the Sega, so he had Streets of Rage, and that's how I played Streets of Rage. But I had the Final Fight series.
So you played Final Fight first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I played Final Fight first.
Oh, okay. So you got introduced. That's what I'm trying to figure out how we get introduced the whole how it is. So, how was it for you, Jay? Like when since it wasn't your console, you went over to your friend's house. So how was you now to say, okay, what's this game for the Street of Rage? What is what's up with this? Like, what was your impressions of Street of Rage?
My impressions was that it was there's certain things I liked about Final Fight a little bit better than I liked about Streets of Rage, but Streets of Rage I thought had the overall better story to me.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
Final Fight, like you said, like okay, Hager, you know why Hager's going after him, you know why Cody's going, but guys, like I'm like, yeah, we cool now, but I ain't about to fight these crazy skinhead punk metal dude from the 80s. This is not Jean-Claude Van Damme movie from the 80s. I'm not gonna fight these crazy dudes. So I mean I never understood why a guy went personally. But I thought that the Streets of Rage story was a little bit tighter than the Final Fight story was, especially the first one.
Okay.
And then we'll get to that a little bit later, but yeah, playing Streets of Rage was I kind of hold them on the same thing because they're both side-scrolling beat 'em ups.
They approach it.
They approach it better. They approach it differently. Yeah.
Well, on the Street of Rage side, of course, the sprites are smaller, and you couldn't see life bars except for the boss.
Yeah.
So you gotta, everybody else, you gotta fight, and hopefully you think that they're dying.
I did hate that about that game. Like you couldn't tell when you knocked them out until you heard them scream.
Exactly. Well,
And it didn't always
I was
scream
just
right
gonna
away.
say that. I was just gonna say that. Not all the time they scream. So you end screen a person off the screen. You're like, okay, is he coming? Is he not? No, I must kill him. And you walk off. Next thing you know, he come back behind you, stab you, hit you in the back. Like, what the hell? What did you just came from, man? I thought you were dead.
They were famous for doing that. You think you knocked them out, you progress the screen a little bit and make more enemies show up, and this dude just reappears.
Yep.
Surprise!
You're like, oh, you thought I was gone? Oh no, I'm here.
I just
Exactly.
respond.
Exactly. But it was, like I said, it was cool to see because basically, Street of Rage went for more, like I said, because of the color palette, which I give the developers that the color palette, they went for really more grittier.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Street of Rage felt more of the Syndicate being like, okay, we taking over, we running this shit, literally.
Yeah.
Matt Gear
It
was
was.
that, but it was more like a Sunday. I mean, in the daylight, and that means also that it's that bad that they're running in the daylight, but the color just didn't make you feel like gritty.
Nah, I mean, with the exception of like a couple stages, yeah, it didn't really give you that gritty feeling that Streets of Rage did.
Yeah. So Street of Rage did a good job in making that grittiness. And while it didn't have at least a power move, 'cause of course Hagar, Cody guy, they had a spinning kick. Spinning kick. Hagar had, of course, the double lariat. So you would get that. In Street of Rage, of course, just like you said with the X-Cop, with the cop from the E Squad and everything, you had the I will be honest with you. The first time I played Street of Rage, I pressed that button by accident, and I saw it, I saw that cop come, and I'm like, did I just kill myself? Because I never known about these screen nukes. When again, this is me when I was young, so I didn't know about the screen nuke technology like that. Right? I just got me a Dreamcast. I mean, a Sega Genesis. I just got me a Sega Genesis, and the game I've been playing all the time was Sonic 2. I was killing that. So I was like, did I just kill myself? Or it only hurt them. And the reason I say that because in Street of Rage, you could have hit. There was no friendly fire. You could hit each other.
Yeah.
There was not any option to take it
There
out.
was friendly fire. That was the problem.
Huh? I mean, there was no friendly fire option to take it off or on. It was basically you're gonna hit. So of course, later on when I got more nuance, of course you could flip a character into somebody else as a that was pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't know that at the time playing the game, of course.
Yeah. I mean, they had that function in the first game where you could do what we called them team attacks, where you could throw your partner and they automatically landed on their feet, and they took it out of Streets of Rage 2. I never understood why they did that, but it was one of the better features of the game.
Yep.
to be able to toss your partner into a group of people and knock them all on their behinds.
Yep. And I would say, if I were to be honest as well, too, Street of Rage had a more eclectic cast of people, again, who just feel like they're gonna do some shit to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I put the Syndicate and Mad Gear next to each other, I'm gonna be a little bit more worried about the Syndicate.
Yeah.
To be honest,
What you mean a little bit?
Mad Gear running around. I'm like, look, either way, you looking at a big group of people about ready to kill you.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, if we gonna be realistic about this, the ones that look like they're about to stab you and then bury you in the backyard and tell people, dare people to go back there to look for you, is the ones I'm gonna be a little bit more scared of.
I mean, let's be honest, because one of the biggest characters in Final Fight that that intimidated you at the beginning, of course, was Andor. Sorry, Andor. Andor. You know, this big old,
who was designed after Andre the Giant anyway, but
yeah.
still.
Yeah, but I was saying, this big old dude's coming, and he basically he's running across the street and just hit you with his chest, wham, to the chest. He just knocking you out.
That did always make me wonder, like, dude, how hard is your chest?
Literally.
Like, is everything in the front just all bone? So I'm like, ooh.
To the chest, he just ran up on you, wham. I'm like, what the hell? But in Street of Rage, I mean, at the beginning, you got people with claws. You got you already got Asian guys ready to hit you with the damn. I don't know if it was trying to do the Cobra, but they didn't fight like it.
Yeah, that was what it was supposed to be.
I know, but it got you. You have a clown. You got clowns with flaming axe and stuff, juggling like Street of Rage. And then
they had a litany of stuff.
Yeah, you got Dominatrix coming out with damn whips and shit. Like, and then of course we'll talk about it in the second game, but it's just like I got new shit now. Like, oh, you upgraded. Oh damn, did not know that.
Look, she got a whip now she got a whip that can shock you in the second game.
I was like, I know that was an upgrade. Like shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I would have to say, yeah, I think. That Street of Rage was just that kind of the way the style was. But if I had to be another thing that was the Final Fight had was though, I remember more of the bosses in Final Fight than in Street of Rage 1.
Yeah. Yeah, you could, because you got to see their names. You could place a name to the face. Whereas in Street of Rage, they were more forgettable because they were just supposed to be I guess you could look at it, they were just the lieutenants, so that you didn't consider their personalities outside of what you saw them
on the
do.
screen. Yeah.
You weren't worried about them, but in Final Fight, you kind of like, once you've played it enough times, you're like, okay, I know who I'm up against. I know what I'm coming up on because I can tell what their names are. I remember these characters better for that.
Yes. Yeah, that's like I said. That was just, I mean. And also, which we will get to game 2 will be that, but also it's kind of weird that one thing Street of Rage got taken away, which was funny as hell. Because remember, you couldn't lift up the fat guys.
No, yeah, you couldn't do it in the first game. Nah,
nope.
The first game you could not at all.
Nope. Yeah. Nope.
Look, in the second game,
I'm like, what the hell? Y'all eat your Wheaties?
I call them the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Men in the second one because you could throw them. They're just light and fluffy.
Guess too many people was complaining about it after that.
Yeah,
but it kind of makes, again, going for the gritty and everything, like you say, like, yeah, it kind of worked.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
It kind of worked. And I also like that in some, which I'm seeing on the screen now, like, also if you hit certain, because Mad Gear didn't really did this. I mean, Final Fight, but like in Street of Rage 1, if you hit the tires, whatever, somebody beside it or whatever, you could hit them as an extra strategy.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, in Streets of Rage, the enemies usually had weapons with them that you could take. There's only like 2 characters in Final Fight that drop weapons, and they only drop knives. Streets of Rage kind of expanded what they could carry and what they could give you.
Yep.
So
it
worked out.
So with that said, what do you think? What you guys would call it? If you had a choice, good introduction to both games. I'm not gonna deny it. It was a good introduction to both games. If you had to call which one was the one that you think had an advantage over over the other, I mean, everybody has his own thing. But who will you choose, Andre? Street Rage 1 or Final Fight 1?
Well, based on what I liked more, I liked Final Fight more, even though I understood Streets of Rage did have the better story and the characters were a little bit more maneuverable. But Final Fight, the overall package of it, as long as it was the complete version of it, was better to me.
Okay. No, I got it. Cool. What about you, Jay?
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage.
On the first one, Streets of Rage. I guess because for me, I liked the story of Streets of Rage better than I did with Final Fight.
Mhm.
So that's what gives me the edge for me would go to that first Streets of Rage.
All right, that is cool. And hey, if I had to take a choices as Jay, like I mean, I played the hell out of Final Fight 1 and I have the different versions of that game, but Street of Rage 1 was something because I had a Genesis and I played it a lot, and I like after a while I got used to certain things, so I will go Street of Rage 1 for the first one. So let me go with so we have that. So now we're gonna go ahead.
There's one thing I want to say though.
Go ahead.
Between the two, as far as music was concerned, Streets of Rage had that cake completely.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the music. Oh, there's no doubt.
Final Fight did have some good tracks. I'm sorry, Streets of Rage's music was way better.
Yeah.
No contest there.
No, hey, there you go. I have nothing against that too. So now we're gonna go into round 2.
You want to know something messed up with Final Fight 2?
What?
The story of Final Fight 2 is essentially the same story as Final Fight.
Yep.
It is somebody's girlfriend or daughter gets kidnapped. Well, in this situation, it was the daughter and the father getting kidnapped, and the daughter happened to be Guy's girlfriend and Maki's sister.
Yep.
But Guy ain't nowhere in the game. I'm like, y'all ain't right. Why y'all take this man out? He can't even fight for his woman.
Nope.
And
the thing that came about it is like I mean, like they travel the world with this thing too. It's like how big is the the syndicate stay within the city of Street of Rage that I know of, unless I'm
they did.
something.
They didn't branch out.
God, these people branched the hell out. Man, guy was like, okay, this city, F this city, let's go Japan, let's go Spain.
Yeah,
I was like,
dude, what bugs me though is why the hell did Maki call Hager, but she did not try to contact Guy?
Yeah, that's literally you say that the conversation of Maki and Hager's on the screen right now playing for everybody. So yes.
I mean that makes sense that she would call him and ask for help, but why not Guy? Why not Guy at all? Now Carlos in this situation is the anomaly because he makes no sense whatsoever.
Yep.
Carlos sucks.
Carlos said, I owe you something, so. And
but that's about it. That's it. He just owes Hager and Guy a favor, but we don't even know how Carlos knows Guy.
Yep.
And as far as we could be concerned, Carlos could just be Hager's gardener. We have no idea where this dude came from.
Oh, wow.
Facts.
That's the problem with Final Fight 2.
Yeah, you're bad. You're bad.
It could be the case though, because the story has no build-up. Like at least with Final Fight, there was build-up, and it led to Guy and Cody were training together. They were together at the same time when Cody got contacted. We have no idea as to why Carlos was with Hager. Carlos in this situation is the anomaly because he makes no
whatsoever
at all.
Mm.
I mean, it's cool that he's
something.
there, but we don't know why he was there. He just happened to be a character they just drummed up.
Yeah.
Because if anything, they could have just put Guy in the game and you wouldn't have needed Carlos at all. Because if you look at even though he's not on the screen, but Carlos plays like a low budget version of Guy.
Man, I wouldn't even say a low budget. I'd say the great value version.
Well, and the only thing that killed him about it is Carlos walked around with a sword.
Yeah, he only used his sword for special moves,
like,
and his special move drained his health, which made no sense.
What the hell do you have the sword?
Hence why I hate Final Fight 2.
It's a good game. It's a good game overall, and like you can see character cameos in the background, which was the fun part.
Yeah, like Chung Li right there. Yeah.
But it's just like this
That game ain't
version
no
of
damn
Mad Gear.
sense, man.
This version of Mad Gear was the weakest version of Mad Gear. I'm sorry, it was the weakest version.
Well, I gotta say you're right, and I gotta say give it up to Hagar. My boy upgraded just like
Look, he
upgraded.
he threw on some gloves and some boots.
No shin guards, man.
Well, I'm going with he had boots on with him because when you would look in Final Fight 1, he was walking around with them penny loafers. He ain't got them on this time.
Man, he knew what was up.
Like he knew he was going to be stomping some people, so he was like, you know what? I'm not going to wear my dress pants. I'm gonna throw on some cargo pants. I'm gonna still throw on that same one strap.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put
for whatever reason,
and I'm gonna put some boots and shin guards on, and we gonna go to work.
Yep. He put on them shin guards, and he got.
And then in Final Fight 2, he stole Zangief's spinning pile driver. So,
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Every time I used to play with Hagar, I used to talk like I was Macho Man Randy Savage.
I mean, it fits.
You know what?
It fits with the character.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Man, I kind of do wish that a fan would do a Final Fight remake, kind of like Streets of Rage remake was done, because I would play the hell out of it. Just to kind of do to it like if we got Streets of Rage remake, which Sega had an opportunity to back and didn't, but
Hey.
I'm not going to complain too much about that.
No,
I will. Yeah, they should have did.
no.
They could have, but they chose not to. They just sent the cease and desist to Bomber Games. So
Got you. But like I said, I've seen you play a lot of it, so
I mean, yeah, I'm still playing it because the community is still kind of
Strong.
thriving.
yeah,
So,
I get it.
but if somebody did a Final Fight remake, I'd be playing that just as much. Because if somebody could just combine all of the groups together into one big group that you can constantly battle and fight, I'd be all over it.
I got you. I'm with you with that. I mean, like I said,
Capcom, take notes.
and I have to get.
They won't.
And I get, and I gotta, and just as you said with Capcom, even though I'll give Capcom another thing, because again, look, Carlos was one and done. At least they reused Maki. Okay.
Yeah, they never use. Carlos could have been put in Street Fighter. They could have given him a better backstory.
Why are you doing that to Street Fighter? Street Fighter ain't do nothing to you.
Look, and nobody cared anything about what's her name from Final Fight 3 at all. Nobody cared anything about her.
Lucia.
Nobody cared anything about Lucia. No one. We just knew that she copied Chun-Li's move. That was all we knew about her.
That is true. That's one.
She got put in Street Fighter 5. At least some people care a little bit more about her now.
Yep.
I mean,
She's like a low budget cross between Ken and Chun-Li.
facts, but I'm just saying. I mean, why you doing that, man?
I like her.
Street Fighter did nothing to you, dude.
No, Street Fighter done plenty. Street Fighter done plenty, and it needs to be fixed. But I mean, hey.
Oh my god, that is funny. Though. I do like.
But don't talk to the person that just did a video that didn't just do a video, but did a full construction of how a Street Fighter 6 should be done.
They ain't gonna listen to you. We already saw they did the 5.
Bull. They don't listen to me, but somehow every game idea I talk about ends up popping up, and they are behind most of them.
Because they follow you on Twitter, and I told you about putting your business out on Twitter.
Oh my god, y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy.
It ain't my fault. It's the truth.
Yeah, it's facts. It really is facts.
I got you. So for that, like I said, they did went around the whole world with the Mad Gear. This one is kind of weird. I'm with Jay. I played this. If out of all of the beat 'em ups, I played this maybe about the least. I'm not saying it was because of that. It's just that it's not that it didn't resonate with me. It just didn't pull me to like say I gotta play this as much.
No, it didn't. Which is weird because this one has better music in it than the other one did. Yeah. It's like where the music production team was like, okay, we're gonna put our foot in this. It's like the people that was developing the game and the story said, nah, we're gonna back off.
Yeah.
It was the oddest of situations.
Yeah. And again, like I said, they added more, as you said, Andre, more color to the palette. So it just, you know, looks great. Hell, look at that. You got Andor walking around with overalls now. He's like, I ain't wearing my little.
Which I don't even mind that, because that just reminds me of WWF back in the day.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it was. F.
But
Yep.
I mean, which is fine. That's cool with me. Like, they all still wearing different colored overalls. I'm like, I mean, at least they out of them leotards. So them leotards with the leopard print.
Yep. Yeah.
Man, you like that leopard print?
I was like,
Everybody
nah,
love that leopard print. It was
The
the
biggest-
90s.
the biggest, toughest dudes.
That
wearing
is true.
leopard print.
That was true.
It was the 90s, man. Deal with it.
Yeah, it was.
Bask in it.
Yep, it was. So, like I said, not against it. Like I said, I played it as the least amount I've played out of all the games we will be listing, but it was, you know, it just didn't super connect this time for me.
I think the problem with this game was its direct competitor. To be
Which is that's why. Nope, you're correct. You are 100%
That
correct,
direct
sir.
competitor was way fucking better.
Look,
I mean,
Yes.
it was way better.
I mean, I would say Streets of Rage, the first Streets of Rage, was at least comparable to the first Final Fight. The Final Fight 2 was not comparable to Streets of Rage 2 in the least. It was,
Yeah.
it was not. Streets of Rage 2 had a better cast of characters. It had better design. It flowed better. It had better music. It was the overall better package between those two games. And obviously, you know which one I prefer.
Well, basically, I'm guessing you're on the same side as us, Jay, with the same one. So
Yeah.
if you ever go one, let's just kill it right now. One or between the two of these for round two.
Oh, Streets of Rage.
Streets of
all
Rage
day.
Streets of Rage all day, man.
Streets of Rage
All
2.
day, every day.
If I can be honest though, I did like losing in Final Fight 2 just because I like
The
death
scenes,
scene.
yeah.
That's the
That's
only
just
that's
hilarious.
the only positive that Final Fight 2 had over Streets of Rage.
I just like the death scene was just funnier to me.
That and my one gripe with the story of Streets of Rage is that they don't confirm how Adam got taken. Because I'm looking at it like, if Axel is fighting Shiva toe to toe, I'm pretty sure Adam could.
Oh,
So
heck,
I'm like, Adam had to hit
Yeah.
Snuck.
We,
Shiva had to
well,
hit
we
Snuck.
already cracked our jokes off air. What happened, Andre?
I'm just saying, like, just legitimately, and this is Streets of Rage 3's fault with that ending where you see Axel and Adam sparring, and Axel throw that full force kick and Adam just block it with a single hand. I'm like, nah, there ain't no way she would just beat this man like that. Ain't no way. So he had to have had like something happen where it was like, okay, oh, this dude picked normal. Oh, boo, you picked normal. Boo.
Come on, man.
But still, I'm just like, if Axel's fighting Shiva toe to toe, there is no way Adam couldn't do it, because Adam would beat Axel. And I'm still on that. Adam would beat Axel in a hand-to-hand fight if they win that. I give it a 7-3. Adam would win 7 out of them times.
Well, I got you. So we have Street of Rage 2, which of course came a year later. And again, I talked the story on the Endcast, but I forgot the lady who was the producer. Anyway, but like I said, she chose Axel than Adam because she said they were the same characters in her the way she do it, and she wanted somebody to. And then, but she was like, you know what, I'm gonna change it up. It was basically supposed to be just Axel, Max, and Blaze. But then she was like, they changed it up and said, okay, we're gonna make Adam part of the story. Now, another thing that she did, which was cool, is that the reason why Street Rage 2 has the power moves, as you just did Grand Upon and everything, is because she was at the time playing. She and her brother were playing Street Fighter, and she's like, "Oh, it'd be cool if we could just add moves into Street of Rage." And again, I gotta give it because it was 8 studios under her control to create this game in 1 year. Tops off to the chick.
They did an amazing job. This is why Axel has a dragon punch, and he almost had the Tatsumaki, but it got canceled.
And that's also why Max is in the game too, because her brother loved playing with
Zangief.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna do that, and they were gonna do some moves, just like Andre just said. But they're like, nah, it'll be too close to Zangief and Hagar, so they back because Max is like I said, Max is a powerful character, of course. He's a strong person, but his compared to Hagar, his grapple is weak. His grapple moves.
Which it could have been way better. It could have been way better.
Yeah. I mean, he has a backdrop. He had a power slam. He has one jumping the A slams down the ground, and then he just has one when you do atomic drop. That's it.
The atomic drop though did so much damage.
Well, yeah, he busted in your ass, man. Come on, knee up your ass.
So much damage.
Well, that and also the backhand when you hold the person to the backhand. Literally, I've done that. Of now it took half his life away. Jeez.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how Max. That's why Max got into it. So no negative against that. But they saw that they could do the moves, and then of course they introduced, of course, that we call skates, but in Japan they call them Sammy. So
I mean, they could have still left him. They might as well just say his name is Sammy Skate Hunter. Skate being his nickname.
Yeah.
But that's not official. Oh, I'm not going to say it is official. It's just what it should be.
Well, I mean, True. That's what it is. But if to be honest, like I said, this one had more of sound effects was not only in the music, but the sound effects was better too.
The whole sound design.
Because the sound design was way better because like you're fighting Jack right now. As soon as if he hits you, he does that maniacal laugh.
And that was the funniest thing, that the characters laughed at you when they knocked you down. I was like,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it came off like the kung fu action movies when the bad guy knocks down the good guy, he just laughs at him because he's underestimating him.
Yeah, but the thing goes as you said, because you have Jack did it, then you have the fact that the big guys they did it too.
Mm-hmm.
They were when they do hey, they did a laugh. And also funny that the thing about it too is, like I said, upgrade was way better in this than in enemies as well too, because now you got those freaking signal guys that slide. Pain in the butt sometimes.
I mean, technically in the first game, but again, nobody had
This was more annoying. This one got it.
They definitely are more annoying than this one.
Yeah. They got up underneath you when they do that slide sometimes. You're like, what the heck? So
it's sometimes that final frame of that slide hits you when it shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no reason that should hit me when I'm like halfway across the screen.
I know. And just like we were talking about before, like Jay said before, you now homegirl called Electra, her whip now has electricity at the end of it. So she upgraded as well too.
But it's something that I didn't notice before, but that whip is her arm. I never noticed it before, but like if you look at the sprite, that whip is actually her arm. It's not something she's holding. Yeah. When she gets on the screen, look at her. Like I didn't notice it before.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna pause to see. I'm gonna see. Also, I gotta give it to them as well to Street of Rage 2. The layering of doing the layers to show background, to show the depth was pretty good too with Street of Rage.
Yeah, they did. It looks similar to parallax scrolling when you're looking at it. Yeah. It's not, but it's very similar.
To show that the guy's back there still shaking his little martini and shit, and you got the lights in front of it, and then the layering was pretty good in Street of Rage 2.
Yeah, it was.
And that's why if you play this game on the 3DS, oh man, the 3D looks good on this. I tell you, because that's the game I have, and I love it. This is one of those games that took advantage of that 3D. It really did.
Mm-hmm.
Tops off for them. But let's see what. Let me see. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's her arm. I never noticed it. I thought she was holding it the whole time. Now look,
because her hand is blue. Because her left hand is blue and that's silver.
She's partially cybernetic.
I never noticed that. You're right. And of course, we're doing the cheat that you could find, which is basically an infant punch.
Oh my gosh! But they're playing on normal. Leave
the man alone, man.
No. It's not the right way to play a fight. It's not the right way to play a beat 'em up. You play it on the hardest difficulty.
Okay, you shut up, all right? 'Cause we ain't all
Always.
whatever. You say always. But again, I like the layering, the rain. I mean, the Street of Rage 1 had a rain too, but it didn't like for certain spots
didn't look as good.
and certain spot, and it didn't look all right. But also, it gave like a frame drop when it used to come down too. This is constant, and everybody's going at full speed. And again, not really to care, but a lot of games back in the freaking these gen was 60 frames per second. People didn't bitch about that back then because we didn't care. We were playing games. Just letting you know,
Most games were between 60 and 30.
we were just playing games. Just that's all it was. Let's play games and talk about it. All right.
Isn't it amazing how many people are mutants? I mean, they can tell when something's like 60 and 120 frames a second by just
okay,
looking
you're
at
saying.
the eye.
I get what you're saying.
I'm talking about eye test. I'm talking about eye test because I can't tell that mess. I really can't. I mean, I can't tell in an action adventure game if it's 60 frames or 30 frames. I really can't tell.
I can
But,
tell to a degree,
tell,
but not by a lot. And again,
Yeah.
as I said before, there's no, and I do mean because I quoted, there's no game locked to no damn frames. You can't do that.
No, they're always dipping. That's why I always
If
laugh.
it's 60, they built it higher than that, and it drops down, maybe to like 55. But as Jay just said, you can't see it. There's no game lock at no frame rate. It ain't unless you're gonna do like an RPG or what are those what you call it, like the Telltale games or something like that. You're not.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
The Telltale games are all like 30 frames a second.
No, again, I'm just saying, but there's no game up to this day. Nobody's figured out how to lock action game to a frame rate. Nobody.
No,
Tell you
there's
that.
not really a game that's
I've been out of like talking to a lot of gaming people for a year because I'm moving into the house and everything. But from last time I checked, was it a year ago? Nope. It didn't happen. But
how is this dude playing so poorly on normal?
hey, stop. Let him. This is just for play so we can talk, okay?
I know,
the man
but
go.
I'm seeing it, and I'm like,
I hear you. This is one of the reasons I don't like. I watch yours because you and Jay and you know, and that's I was if you remember back in the day with Jay when you used to do play. I don't know. Like I said, I listened to you and Andre play the stuff, but I'm not seeing like you used to play the Let's Plays or whatever.
Mhm.
But I remember
I started back doing them.
okay, my point is, I liked it better when you and Andre. The only reason I watch it is when you guys do the commentary, like, oh, damn, he got me that there, blah blah blah, like that. I mean, I'm looking for the entertainment value. I just can't watch somebody play a game, and I'm seeing like you just said, they're playing it horrible. I'm like, I know I can play better than this. No. So I don't watch a lot of my sister does. A lot of people do watch a lot of Let's Play. I can't. I need something to make me.
it depends on the person and what they're playing.
Yeah,
It really does.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
My blood pressure ain't going up.
But anyway, like I said, but this game really did, and also it introduced. Look, this is the next thing. None of that. The Syndicate. Oh, not only that, Mr. X said, you know what? I'm a pair. I must have won a
game.
I mean, he must have really hit the jackpot or something because he's getting ninjas that could do ninjutsu and shadow clone jutsu and all kind of stuff. You got a biker gang. You got all.
His budget really increased.
Oh hell, did it increase? I'm like, what the heck?
He had biker gang. He had better martial artists. He had ninjas that can't land on their feet when they get thrown. But
no, but I'm sons of bitches could scope you, snipe you from across the screen if they're not.
Oh yeah, they definitely can. Them shuriken.
And also them freaking kickboxer.
Oh, I hate those kickboxers, dude. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
You know what? I'll be this.
I found my pet
No.
peeve.
What was your worst? Not excluding the boss. What was your worst enemy in this game?
The kickboxers.
What about you, Jay?
Kickboxers.
The kickboxers. I hate them.
They were pain. They were just a pain, man.
Because it wasn't even because they were hard to beat. It's because in groups they run. They do that tag and run thing. They'll hit you and then back up. Hit you and back up.
I didn't hit you that knee.
It stuns you so long that it slows you down.
Yeah.
and I hated that with them. Every other Mook I could deal with. I mean, Electra was a little bit annoying, but she wasn't so bad. But the kickboxers, you put the kickboxers with the right enemy type, and goodness, that is a long fight.
Yep. And on the screen right now is the second boss, which at first it was like easy to beat, but again when you play the game for the first time, you didn't know what the hell you're like. This guy's fighting.
You don't know how you gonna fight him. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what the heck? Of course he's gonna get hit. If he's using the Dragon Wheel, I don't even use the Dragon Wheel. I just basically stand still and just do the regular kick. That's why I do it.
Yeah, you just stay in one place and then jump kick him.
Jump kick, yeah. I don't even do that kick right he's doing right now.
The stationary one does more damage.
Yeah.
Because if they get close enough when you hit them, you get both hits. Yeah. Like that, you only get that single hit.
Now I give it to Jet. Like I said, I mean all he has is 3 moves, but one of his moves is a very dangerous move. When he slams you,
that drains half your bar.
When he slams you, oh Lord, it's like
cheating. It's cheating. It's just cheating, man. That's what it is.
It's cheating.
That slam does it was like a third of your bar would be taken off.
Yeah.
I was like, gosh, but it makes sense if they're picking you up, going high into the air, and they're dropping you down on whatever surface.
Yeah. And another thing that Street of Rage 2 did very well was not only they did layering and everything, like I said, even though this is a beat 'em up and the stages are different, but the stages was so like feel like a part of the story still. Like you were, because like right now you in this, in a park, then you go on a pirate ship, like you're in an amusement park, you see the rides and everything, and then you go to if you go to the stadium and it felt like a continuing little story with each little section of the stage. They did a good job of that.
They definitely did.
Because right now, there you go, you're in the arcade and you beating up guys like, hey man, I got next, and you beating them, throwing them through the daggone arcade machines.
I mean, but the thing is, Streets of Rage 1 and 2 did that very well. Final Fight 1 did that very well. Final Fight 2 is the only one that really feels disjointed when it comes down to that.
Yeah.
Because you are just going to random places fighting this gang, which made no sense. None of this stuff is connected in Final Fight. That's probably why so many people didn't really like it as much as Streets of Rage 2. It really was just all over the place.
Oh, I get you. It's all over the place. But like I said, they did a good job on, like I said, they making it feel lived in. And I mean, because again, when we got to the stadium in the baseball game, then you go in the dugout and you feel, I'm like, oh wait, the damn mound goes underground, and next thing you know, you're in a freaking you're in the fight club. You're underground
in the underground arena.
Yeah. Like what the heck?
This is an illegal fight. Fighting there, it kind of reminds me of, and I think the inspiration comes from Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's the first thing I think of when I see that.
I thought that as well too when I was like seeing that.
Like, and then you face a Beta Day, the big wrestling dude, and he is still one of the worst characters to try to take on because he can break out of everything you can do.
Well, him and another person. Bear.
Oh yeah,
you can't do the infinite punch with him because if you're off 1 second, he gets in there, bop, 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 and then
then you half your bar is gone.
Yeah, and speaking of that would be I'm gonna say, Street of Rage's character, Street of Rage's 2 bad guys are way more memorable now. I mean, Jet is because he's Jet. When I first saw that, the first thing I thought was Rocketeer. Really,
yeah.
That's what I thought. The bartender, it was kind of cool that the bartender's back there and he's coming out there, hey, I'm gonna kick your ass. Man, that was a patriot, man. She would pay me a good tab and you beat her. What the fuck? And just I said, I'm gonna get my tip from you. I don't know. But
you know what's funny though? The first time you run into the ninjas is on a pirate ship.
Ninjas and pirates.
I didn't even think about that at all.
I just thought about it now.
That is
right.
That. It
the
is
first time you run into the ninjas is on a pirate ship.
Yep, you just remind me of that. No,
but there are no pirates in this game.
Nope.
That's where it's lacking.
Yep. See, there you go.
I forgot there is that is where you fight them at.
That's the first time you see them.
Yep.
And then you learn not to jump against them because they do the Kagabushin move. Yep. So you Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Yep, get that thing. But And they were the first people to introduce the sword to the game. So,
The sword and the kunai, they did
Yep.
both at the same time.
yep. And of course, with the shurikens, where they do the spinning thing. And also, they did the spinning with the sword, too. It was like, son of a bitch, what the hell?
Yeah, with the
They did.
sword they did the stationary. With the kunai, they come at you like Blanca.
Yep.
I was like, I remember seeing that. I was like, how do you avoid this?
Yep. But you know what, Andre? You're right. I never noticed Electra had a freaking her whip was the arm. I never noticed until now you told me that.
Little details that you would not pay attention
I
to.
never noticed that until you
Caught
just
up.
said that. Dang. I never noticed that. Sad. But
So many little details you would not see
Yeah.
if you weren't paying attention. You got
But-
to actually pay attention to all of this.
yeah, but like I said, the bosses in this game are way more memorable.
Yeah, they
Because
definitely.
it just is because the only thing that killed me. I know this was supposed to be a horror house because you went into a mount with fangs. So I still want to know what the heck was. Okay, what's the name of that thing on the wall? What was the name of that thing?
Vehelis, Vetsalis or something like that. I don't. Vehelis or something.
I'm trying to see when it hits it to see what it is. That was a pain in the butt.
This is the one
Vetalis.
boss I didn't.
Vetalis, yeah.
Yeah. This is the one boss I kind of wish that they would have had in multiple spots.
You think so?
Yeah,
It was annoying
it
when I
was
first started playing
annoying.
this game. It was annoying as hell to me.
Yeah, but once you figure it out, you can play it like you do Rocket or Jet. It became easy.
Yeah. Yep. It was. And of course, in here, in this stage right here, the boss, of course, more memorable because it was the Blanca ripoff.
Yeah.
I gotta love those ripoffs.
It was the Blanca ripoff.
But he made sense for this area,
Yeah.
which was the good thing. He made sense for this area.
Yep.
The ninjas didn't.
No. Well,
Outside
it
of the fact that they move similarly to him.
I
but-
mean, he was fast moving. He had the spin and everything, and he could body slam you, and he had his own little combo.
This is one of the bosses with the most moves, though. He has the
Yeah.
backdrop that he does, the German suplex. He had the fake dragon punch. He got the Blanca roll, and then he has the bison slide.
And then also he run up on you too. If you give him
Yeah,
space,
he
he
runs
runs up. He just runs up on you and just backdrop you. Just like
Yeah.
what the hell?
This boss had one of the most varied move sets
Yep.
out of all the bosses in Streets of Rage 2.
Yep. It was just. It was
The
a
only
big-
one that was close to him is the boxer.
Yeah. Well, that and yeah, you movesets. You're correct. You're 100% correct. And then you had Abador.
Abedade.
Abedade. Yeah.
Or
He was
Abadade.
no. I gotta say this though. His moves also did some wreckage damage. Like,
Oh,
he just,
yeah.
Oh.
Like he took you down in chunks. There-
Yeah, and you couldn't.
No-
and you had to be quick with your punch because even if you try to start up the combo, he basically do that rah, and just knock you off.
Mhm. And you couldn't. And trying to stop him in the middle of a charge.
That,
is not good.
that power, that thing when he runs up and you just hit you we would call it a lariat.
Yeah, it's a lariat. It's either you can call it a lariat or a clothesline. They're both the same thing. Either
Yeah,
way.
cause he runs when he runs up and you just
But his was like a two-step for what?
yeah, it
what,
was 2 hits.
what
It was
Andor.
like
does.
pow.
So
Yeah.
if you look at him, he hits you with his chest and then he hits you with his arm.
Okay. Yeah. He was a pain in the butt in that regard as well too. But
Mhm.
you had that situation. Let's see if we can
Well,
find
no,
it.
it's not his chest. He hits you with his shoulder than his arm.
Okay. And also, like I said, I always like to see that when he hits you, he had a crowd in the background.
Yeah, and they get loud and scream. And like you
Yeah.
knock him down, they don't get excited.
Nope.
and then you got the Ultimate Warrior face paint on.
Yep. That's why. But the first time I saw him, that's the first person I thought Ultimate Warrior. Like,
Good old Ultimate Warrior.
I was like,
But he's
man.
like it's just like I couldn't stand fighting him at first until I figured out how to beat him
Yeah.
because he was a pain.
I have a friend of mine who never beat Streeter Range 2 because of this guy that's on the screen, Bear. He always dies at Bear. He always dies at Bear, really.
Oh, I hate Bear. I hate Bear. I hate them so much. I hate them with a passion, just like the kickboxers. And I would never want them and the kickboxers paired up. Never.
Well, they won't. They won't.
I would not want them paired up with the kickboxers because the kickboxers and him are horrible combination.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be, and again, when you play on harder, when you play on like Andre said, Mania. Oh my god.
Well, Mania, he is far worse. This is the lazy version. Well, Mania, he's all around the screen.
Yep.
Fast as all hell.
Fast as hell. He comes in with a quick pop. Okay, the first thing you think of, including that, the first thing you come is when you see this big guy, like, okay, and then you see him tippy toeing and just up in you quick.
You think he's gonna be slow? Nah,
he's fast. He is fast.
And worse was when he does that ass flop on your face.
Yep.
Where we jump up and throw his ass on your face. I'm like, nah, I'm not
Rikishi.
Kobe, tell me, you been Shaq. I mean, we had a rap song. Tell me how my ass tastes. Dang, that's what Rikishi was. Tell me how my ass tastes.
Oh man.
But like I said,
Yeah. Trinelli does kind of look like Bear Hugger from Punch Out, somewhat.
Yeah.
Not as Canadian.
Yeah, but it was Bear. That's what they call it. But he was annoying, and of course you get to like this stage right here.
Yeah. Why the hell? The places that you fight the ninjas just don't make any sense.
On a beach. I know.
Like why would you fight ninjas on a beach?
I was on vacation, and somebody just paid me, so hey, I just suited up and kick ass. All right, that's all it is. Well, you asked me a question.
The boat I can kind of understand because they could be traveling on the boat.
Yeah.
But the beach, I'm like,
what is it?
There's no place here for this man.
The kickboxers as well, too, in a way.
The kickboxers look like they belong on the beach, walking around with them shorts and tank tops.
Yeah. Got you. There you go.
The ninjas don't make no sense on the beach.
Nope.
These dudes look like they could have been out jogging.
True, training.
They could have been training, jogging around. The ninjas don't make no sense here.
Got you. And I'm gonna tell you, the first time I saw the boss of this game, when I saw two jets and the freaking, I was like, are you kidding me? Really? When I was young, I was like, this is bull crap. How unfair can you be that you have fake Blanca and two jets? Because if you play on hardest in Mania, it's two of them. Right now, just one-on-one.
No, on Mania, I think it's actually 3.
It's 3?
Yeah, because it's two blues and then it's the gray one.
Okay. I'm not. No, I ain't played Mania in a while. Like I said, I was trying to do something with thing. You know what's funny too? Before we go on to the next one, is Street of Rage 2. I play, which is sad. Street of Rage 2 on the Game Gear was pretty good too, and it introduced something that I wish they did. They do it now in Street of Rage 4 coming up, but they didn't in this one. I was like, the Street of Rage Gear, Street of Rage 2 on Game Gear, you had if you hold the power up down, because you only had 2 buttons. No, yes, was it 2 or 3?
It was 2 buttons.
It was 2 buttons. If you hold both buttons at the same time, you did a charge move. So Axel did like a grand up pop, but with a fireball coming out of it. Skates just flipped all over the goddamn place like he's like on crack or cocaine. And then Blaze did this ice tornado. I'm like, why didn't?
Which is weird when Blaze would have ice when she uses fire. But hey,
and her name
is Blaze.
Yep. Yep.
But hey, that was a choice they made.
Yep, that's what it was. But again, and you get Kashia did a good job with the music.
Then again, you could say she caused freezer burn, I guess. that would be how you equate that, but still. She used fire everywhere else.
Yeah, but in this, because and then again, this
and
is
then
where
you got a fat dude named Buffet. I'm like, that's not even funny.
Well, and some of the names was just weird itself. Okay, all the bikers were named was storm related. Storm, typhoon, fog.
With the exception of the one biker named Blade.
I always thought it was Storm. My mistake, man.
No, their names were based on storms, but there was one biker name it was called Blade. There was one that's Blade.
Okay.
I'm like, this is the one name that stands out completely weird from the rest of them.
Yeah,
Everybody else-
it would if I see it. You're right. If I saw it, like, yeah.
Everybody else's name has something to do with weather.
Okay,
Doom,
I'm
fog, storm.
I'm gonna ask a question before I go. I want to see if everybody did the exact same thing I did. Okay, we're in the 7 states where they have the machines and everything, the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do like I did when you on the moving path? You just press down to do the moonwalk. I'm just asking. Did you do that? Did that.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't think to do that.
I did it. I did it at the bottom and the top of the screen.
Yeah, I did it too. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, the music was good, so I remember just sitting down there. I'm like, I wonder, and I was like pressing down, and of course they're walking, but they're going backwards. It's like, oh snap! I'm just saying when I was a kid. I'm just.
See, look, he was just doing it for half a second there.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
I did it when I was younger, just because I could do it.
No, I same thing here too. So, with that said, we're gonna go to now to, like I said, Street Range 2. Hey, it was one of the best beat 'em ups out there. I'm not gonna deny it. It cleared the way for a lot of things.
Yeah, it definitely did.
It did.
And it's the reason that Final Fight 3 came out as good as it did.
Yep.
It added a hell of a lot to this game after Street Rage 2 came out.
Yes, it
It's
did.
like, oh, we need to compete.
Okay, so right now we're back in Metro City. Final Fight 3. Now, I have to say, Final Fight 3. Now the Mad Gang game changing to the Skullcross gang now. You did have some. You have Guy's back. Then you have this weird character Dean.
Who can use electricity.
Yep.
He had the weirdest play style out of all the characters.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Like
did
he for some reason, I don't know what they were thinking with him, but he had the slowest. His punches were even slower than Hager's.
Yep.
He had the slowest punches, and he's supposed to be the Cody of the game. I'm like,
Yep.
he don't know. He doesn't really fit as a Cody character. Actually, Lucia is more of a Cody character than Dean
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Which is it was weird.
All right, yeah. And then we're going to the point now where, again, so now after doing their thing in Final Fight 2, now we got Final Fight 3, where it's a whole different level now.
And the game finally got back to being good.
Fight 2 was good. Not as good.
I gotta say this, and my boy Haga again he upgraded again.
He got the Steven Seagal look now.
My boy pulled out a ponytail, boy.
Under Siege 2.
And he still got the shin guards, and he still got the boots, but then he dropped to the leotard shorts.
He went to the shorts.
With the suspender. I'm like, why do you have a belt suspender on with leotard shorts?
Hey, the man, I don't know, man. You know, I'll keep it friendly. I'm gonna say something else. Let me keep it friendly.
I'm not going down the realm of what
I know. That's why I said let me stop. Let me keep quiet. Let me keep quiet.
Your fashion statements are questionable, Hager.
Yep.
And on top of that, he's got a belt on. He's got a belt on.
Yep.
So what do you need the suspender for?
Yep. But you know what?
Those are valid points.
But I gotta give it to that final as it looked like Capcom finally see what Street Range did. I don't know, like I said, I know the development stories on the Street Range side more than the Final Fight, but it looked like they see what they did and say shoot. Because again, remember the girl said she did the moves from Street Fighter and put them in, try to put it in Street Range 2. Mm-hmm. So now Final Fight now said, well, we have the game that they took it from. Hell, so they introduced the super meter. Now that
the super meter from Street Fighter.
From Street Fighter, which is kind of weird that you had that you could have put it in 2, but I digress.
Well, no, because the super meter for Street Fighter didn't come out until after Final Fight 2 happened. So they couldn't have done it because they didn't think. Okay,
fair. Like I said, I don't know the development as much as like Street Range. You know what I mean? I mean, I do like in this game. Like I said, you could use again you could use the background is again it's kind of like is the now the song also a little bit of the layering just like Street of Range, and you literally have more characters out there now than just the usual stuff because again you got guys with claws, including the most annoying people in these was them little mini shit that come on and throw bombs.
Oh yeah, I know you talking about. I know.
Just
these characters right here were all nothing though. They were like the weak mooks that they could have for a game.
No, I mean of course it's like Turtles. When you play Turtles, what was the most annoying one? Was the Mousers.
Yeah. Oh yes, the Mousers were super annoying in Turtles because they could stop you from moving.
Yeah. So I know, and they move faster than you. They were quicker than you, so they get around quick and like, jeez.
And you couldn't just hit them once and they be done. They had to be multiple hit enemies.
Yeah. So, and then of course, Final Fight introduced like right now you see Dean using the nunchucks. It looks weird, but he
looks weird using anything though.
Yeah, that was not his weapon. Every character had a weapon. So the nunchucks will be the guy. Guy will basically go crazy with the nunchucks.
With the nunchucks, yeah.
You give Hagar the pipe, the pipe. He do damage. The batons was with Lucia because of course she's been a cop. So yeah.
Dean was the knives like Cody.
Yeah. And he was the weirdest one out of
his play style was just weird. I don't know what they were thinking with him.
I mean, even when he in his fighting stance, it's just a weird stance. Like, who puts you you think about if you're gonna lean with a punch, you lean it with your you put your right hand with your right hand on your left hand, like you see that
he's mixing southpaw and right-handed, and it doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Nope, but I gotta give it again. The superpowers you just saw right there, super move was in there. They also included the whole just like Street of Rage had the forward attack. They introduced it in Final Fight 3 as well.
Yeah, along with running.
Running, doing that move, different hold moves as well. So I mean, Hagar made sense to that, but like Guy could do certain stuff because again, to do Guy's super move, you had to hold the character in the front.
Yeah.
And it basically was easy, just doing down to forward, and then he did the 100 hand strike, bam. Hagar, of course, did his move was crazy. Just throw you up, backdrop, and a spinning lariat. I mean, that's a spinning pile driver. Literally just say, hey, Zangief, that's a good move. I'm gonna use that. Literally using Zangief's moves.
Yeah.
In that one. And of course, they did the whole, like I said, Street of Rage 3, and they did the whole thing as you see right now, the whole little small scene and all the text. Everybody was getting to this now. So they were on the same level of doing this setup now. Of telling the story. But I did Final Fight also did something. Street of Rage didn't do it that much. The branching paths. This had a lot. I out of all the Final Fights, this is the one I played the most. Because there was so many ways to get to the end boss.
Yeah.
I've tried.
This one definitely did do the branching paths a lot more than Streets of Rage.
You could have gotten to the boss at I think stage 4 or 5 or stage 9, depending on how
you could skip places.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I like the way they do it. Like break the cage or go through the door.
Mm-hmm. On top of that, each path had different bosses.
Yes.
It didn't stick to the same boss for every path.
Yes, because right here, which I didn't know at the time, when you get to the boss end of this level, if you didn't break the bus pedestals, the bus comes. If not, that was the end of the stage.
Yeah, or if you didn't break that door to the bar.
Well, yeah, because you go in here, you ring the door to the bar, you go up. You're right. But it was a boss. It was still a boss fight inside there.
Yep.
It was still a boss fight inside there. But in here, and then you're gonna hit. Of course, you're gonna hit him towards the glass. But I know where was it?
There was actually a skip in this level. And I almost always forgot where it was.
But they, like I said, they broke it right there. If you broke the bus, if you broke that, no, because if you break it, you just go straight. There was no boss fight.
Mm.
So you see right here, bam.
Yeah.
Round clear.
If you don't break it, you do fight the boss.
You go on the bus, then you fight in the junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
This right here, you go on the ship. So they again they did a lot of stuff for the background and the scene. So it was just they did a good job on the Final Fight 3. I'm not gonna deny it. I had a lot of time fun trying to get to the. Of course, I had a lot of fun time with it as well with Final Fight, because you could do so much in the game, so much more. And they also gave you, like, for me, like when I first started playing. To be honest, when I wanted to play the higher when I was younger, it is kind of cool, even though they didn't. As Jay said before, you could create a computer character to play as your meat shield in Final Fight 3. So even though you're a single player, you could choose a meat character. Oh, you know what? Here you go. You're the meat character. You're my meat shield. Let's go. And I gotta give it to Andor. Looks a little more menacing in 3.
Yeah, because his hair's a little wilder. He's wearing a tank top. He got a chain on.
Yep.
I wish that they actually made him use the chain though. That would have been something to have him do. Like he actually uses the chain as a weapon, or use it to grab you from a distance and pull you in. Yep. That would have been real cool if they would have done that.
Yep. And so again, I'm not thing, but like I said, more of the bosses here also was memorable in a certain way too. Because again, when you fighting the boss at the end, because look, Shooter Range 2, you had Mr. X firing with the guns and stuff. In this one, you had to avoid the helicopters, and you literally had to avoid the helicopters, and it was shooting in. You had to go behind the pillars and stuff like that.
Yep. Let's say, yeah, they were a lot more creative with Final Fight 3.
Yep.
They were far more creative.
Yeah, they did. So you could go through here or go up top. They went up top. So yeah, it was more different places you could do. So Final Fight 3, I have to say, the music ain't super great, but you know what? It did still stand out more than before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Shooter Range 3. Okay. Whew. Where do I start on this one? Don't get me wrong. I like the game. I like the game. And they did a good look. You see how they're doing the scaling just like Final Fight, but theirs was a little more better. It looks more nice with the the scaling.
Yeah, it does.
So they did a good job. The thing that killed me. The thing that killed me was.
The music. The music and the sound design for this game is horrible.
Yushiro, I mean, he said because of what he and I listened to it. He said the reason, and he said this. He liked this better than 2, and I'm like, well, you are the producer. I give you that, but I disagree. My ears go differently. My ears go differently.
Nah, Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack way better. There's some good themes in this one.
But the Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack just I don't know what happened.
No,
I don't know where they dropped off.
No, here where it is. Because of what the theme was. He said that the reason he did it that way, he wanted more metal in it, and because of the whole story being robots and stuff.
Oh, I get that, but there's only so many songs in Streets of Rage 3 that are actually good. Like Fuse, the first stage.
Oh my god! The first stage was all right. The boss battles was all right. I gotta give it to the you fight the Shogun Ninja as the boss.
Yeah,
I do like that.
That a lot of some themes stood out. But that nightclub theme was horrible. Like who would play that in a nightclub?
Oh man, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, man. It was 94.
This was 90.
That sounds more like Funhouse music. 3. I think this game. Yeah. No, this was 94, wasn't it?
I thought I looked at it when we were looking to.
Well, no, that's right. Bare Knuckle was 93. I think Streets of Rage 3 was 94 because they edited it
Yeah,
for US.
Western audiences. Yes,
Yeah.
but it was. I mean, and also, it was.
And the story was better in Streets of Rage 3 than Bare Knuckle 3 than Streets of Rage 3.
Well, yeah, because they took out parts. They took out parts. Like I said, when I know more about the development on this one, they took out parts out of it because of certain things that Sega America couldn't pass. You know, they were like they didn't want to be censored and blah blah blah. So they just can remember at the time when did Mortal Kombat came out? Like 94 or 90?
No,
92?
it was like 92.
Yeah, so they were starting the whole ESRB was the whole problem was going on right there with that. And I will say this, look, 1 is good, 2 was more nice, but it was, to me, Shooter Range 3, the graphics were more dirtier. It didn't feel, it just didn't to me. I'm just saying, I'm not, to me, maybe you guys might be different, but it just felt not right. The color palette was just, it was like the saturation was overblown.
Yeah.
Like Axel's hair is super yellow. It just is. It's like that, including when he had the yellow shirt. The yellow shirt just bleeds out on the screen. So it was just weird to me for that. But this also introduced the whole weapons based thing, as we know.
Yeah.
And this is right now is one of the changes in Street of Rangers we're gonna bring up right now, which is in Street of Rage in America, you had Shiva, which again, to me wasn't that bad. But again, I understand some people like it. Alger might be one other thing, but you had Ash was driving the boat, but in the American version you were Shiva, which was the guy who was from the second to last boss of Street of Rage 2. So you had that set up. Now, like I said, the music didn't hit that part, but it did introduce that I did like to introduce that the power buffer. So
that wasn't 3. Yeah, that wasn't 3.
No, it's in 3. I'm looking at I get it, yeah, because I forget you ain't seen it, but yeah, that was the power buffer was in there. Was introduced in 3. So at least if you do a smash, a Dragon Smash or something, you have a little, at least you won't get penalized for that. Because in this game, they added more projectile enemies in this game. Calling them damn elite beat agent wannabe with the freaking guns. Oh, them suckers used to stay off on the side and shoot you. I used to hate them. And as you said, I think it was you, Jay, who said, "Yep, they still. We'll see what happens." Like I said, they still have it in Shooter Range 4 because the turkey's still on the plate.
Yep, gonna be interesting to say the least.
Oh, it's gonna be in the least. So
with actually though, I think I'm just gonna wait till they release Streets of Rage 4 because I just got a feeling that somebody's supposed to be on there that we ain't seen yet. I'll leave it at that.
I know, right? We'll see as well too. But I did like how this is the thing about Street of Rage 3. I did like. I like that because of the play style of this game, you have 2 secret characters. Well, 3 if you count Ash, but again, 2 in the Japanese in the American version. Which if you hold down B when you beat Shiva which was the first boss. Trust me, when I played this game, I was like, wait, she was the first boss. It's like, was he the second to last boss? What the hell? It's like, oh crap! I'm like, they ain't joking. They start off kicking ass. But if you beat the game and you press B, Shiva becomes the character that you play with. That was pretty cool. Took me a while I mean, it was by accident. Sorry, it was by accident I learned about that. But it was pretty cool that Shiva became a character to fight with.
I never knew that.
For real?
No, I never knew that.
Oh,
I'm kind of mad now because I never knew that.
Yeah, if you beat when you beat him and you press the B, you hold the B button after you hit him down, he could be selected in the next if after character die you could select Shiva. So that's what I learned
I
that by
am
accident.
so mad at myself right now. Okay, well, hey, you live and you learn.
That's one of the many other characters. Another one was, of course, in this stage right here, which was Rue. If you beat the crazy clown and not beat Rue, the clown died, Rue runs free, and the next thing you know, Rue was one of the characters that you could fight with. So that was cool that they had a whole you call it. You had the whole secret characters, and also as I just showed on the screen, they also because remember once you get the bikers off of the bike, they were easy kills.
Oh yeah.
But Street of Rage 3 took it to a next level because like the guy just did, you're kicking him in the face. He just had to kick a guy 5 times to get him off the bike. I was like, why? I was like, oh, now you just make it more harder, huh? And then the mooks like Garcia, the regular mooks, them now they do it. Now they're jumping. Now they're doing like Randy Savage now, jumping in the air, coming out with elbows and shit. So
Yeah, that did happen.
no, it is. They'll see. They're sitting in. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. So they improved the move set for the other guys because I remember a couple of times when I remember playing a game and I saw like it was like 4 on the screen and like 2 of them jump back to back with elbow. I'm like, what the hell? Did he just elbow me, Randy side? I'm like, dang nabbit. So,
Yeah.
so they did that. And I will say another thing I would say too, because the third stage, like Andre just said, if you are prone to seizures, that nightclub stage will F you up.
Yeah.
That nightclub stage will F you up if you are prone to seizures. Just saying. Because they thought the smart idea to like make it like a nightclub, and they were like, oh yeah, because of the guy's music, they were like, oh, we want to make a nightclub, and then you go in the club and you can see the crowd and you can see reacting. But I'm not prone to seizures, but man, then on a CRT back in 1993, when you're sitting there with your little eyes watching that thing, that TV, and you just see blue, 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 blue. I'm like, what the heck? And it's like I said, like right, you see, it's on the stage right now. It's on that same stage. It's lasers, then they go black, flashing black and white, and the colors, and oh my god, they overkilled it on that screen, in that stage.
Which I wonder why they did that. I
They
guess
said-
they were going with the whole nightclub motif anyway. So
Yeah, well, that's because at that time everybody was recognizing you can see his music, and I'm like, oh man, let's do it. There'll be a good scene for that. But good grief, man,
yeah,
it was just again, it was from I don't have seizures, but I'm telling you, if anybody was that you had seizures, man, it was just crazy, just straight up crazy. So I don't even get that regard, but I mean. Later on in the game, this is okay, just like Final Fight. This game also introduced the whole different, at it close to the end, the branching paths. Because
Yeah.
in the stage where you got to go down the elevator, the poisonous gas thing. I remember, and I ain't gonna lie, the first time I played that part, I died. I'm not gonna lie.
I think a lot of people died the first go round.
Because I didn't know where the hell to go, up, down, person. Where to go get this to find where the daggone where he is. But if you didn't save the chief, you go fight in something that look like the White House, and then you fight what's his name is again? Shiva again, but then you don't fight Mr. X. You fight, of course, you fight the fake X, which is the robot. in this
Yeah,
game.
which in and of itself was just
Yeah.
hilarity gone wrong.
Yep, that was just where you just seen you're like, oh, I beat him, and then he's and then he just sliding across. Then he's sliding across the stage like Dr. Zan. Like he's going around doing that stuff. I was like, what the heck? But if you did save the police chief, you get a true ending, which you fight. Basically, you find out Mr. X's daggone brain, and then he controls basically Mother Brain in a way. Then he controlled this absolute badass crazy robot that just Don't stay still. Don't stay still. You can't grab them. Just and you got to beat it in a time. You had a time limit.
You can grab the X robot.
Not for that long.
Yeah, you just gotta grab him and hit him hard and quick.
Because I'm gonna say that thing just like spinning all over the daggone stage.
I think honestly, what made some of these bosses more difficult is that they cut back the amount of damage the characters could do, but the enemies could still do the same amount of damage that they could to you from Streets of Rage 2.
Yep. And again, I feel bad for people who are looking at this stage right now. Because again, and like I was just telling Jay, if you had seizures or you were screwed,
that is definitely not the stage you want to look at. See, like the music here for this boss fight was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. But the freaking stage before it was horrible. I'm like, there's no way in the world that he thought that this was good. That was a good song.
Yep. And again, this stage, in Street of Rage 3, they also introduced the whole pitfalls and you gotta be careful. Which I like it. I like it if you're gonna be realistic to it. That if I fell in the, of course I'm not dying, but at least you could knock your people into there.
Streets of Rage 1 had the pits.
They had it.
Streets of Rage 1 had it.
Or was it elevator?
It was the elevator did it. You could throw people off the elevator.
That I know the elevator.
Streets of Rage 1 had pits. On the bridge stage had them. Actually, I think that's the only stage that had them.
Okay. Okay.
The bridge stage before the boat had the pits for Streets of Rage 1. In this game, they put them in more stages.
Yeah, and then of course you had, like I said, you had the stage with the whole because like I said, you going to like right now you could do that. They also changed up the color palettes and stuff so you could see which one had the stage with the. Okay, it wasn't here. Did one of them have something with the wind?
That's this one. Where the wind would blow two different directions and you can knock people halfway across the screen.
Okay, yeah, I remember the wind was something. Yeah,
yeah, it was just this section of it though.
Yeah,
where the wind went back and forth, which is weird that you would have crosswinds at the bottom of the stage. And this is a construction site, but not towards the top of it.
Why are you questioning logic?
Look, I ain't the one that made the game. I'm just pointing out an inconsistency.
Well, speaking of logic, let me see. I gotta break a wall.
This is very illogical.
This is illogical right here. When you have to fight the daggone bulldozer, I'm gonna back you off a couple punches. What the hell?
Oh, like this. I mean, I get for the gameplay. For gameplay, it was exciting, but it really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm punching a bulldozer back off. Let me break this wall with my hands. Then and then of course a beam is what stopped it. It's like what?
Oh yeah, the barrel fell on dude's head.
Yeah. Yep. Just bam.
It was just like the beam stopped him from moving. Like and then the barrel falls on his head and knocks him out. Yep. Which I mean, the barrel falling on his head and knocking him out makes sense.
Yeah.
But being able to punch the bulldozer and back it off is okay. Yep. Now we're in the realm of superhuman.
Yep. And of course in this, like I said, as Andre said, the story, Mr. X basically got into more robotics and just was basically switching out the chief and everybody so he could control everybody. So right now you're fighting basically the fake Axel.
The fake Axel that was framed for the Axel that committed a crime.
Yeah.
That you're getting framed for.
Yep. And by seeing that's because before Zen did not they didn't believe Zen at first. But this one
they didn't believe him until they saw that.
Until they saw that, I was like, okay, now I mean Zen, but now we see like, okay, now we're seeing this is some real S going on. Now we see the real things going on. And of course, this stage right here, you got all the daggone these things. You got to be careful.
The martial artists. Oh, no, this is the train area.
The train area. The train area where you like
before that.
Yep, the train area where you're like you gotta be careful with it because they were coming from,
left and right.
Left and right. Yep, left and right. And then of course you had one stage where you had to roll into the corner like right here. You had to roll into the pocket.
And the enemies couldn't come up there.
Nope, but well, the ninjas them, which was cool, that they jumped up and hooked up against the top. When the thing comes, you're like, okay,
I'm not, bro. I ain't getting cut. I ain't getting run over.
Yeah. Let me see if we go.
That person completely wasted a special there. But
again, I get it. We get it. Like, yeah, of course. There you go. You have to fight the three, Yamato, the three ninjas. Yeah. And like I said, the music here was also all right too, because I've listened because you know what's funny? They just re-released Street of Rage OTS for all three digitally remastered. So you could buy it. So I got it, and I'm like, well, I ain't bought it. I just got it. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like this song here, like the whole, like when they take out the whole that part and you just have just the bass, is like, that's pretty damn cool right there, that bass. So he had a couple songs that was up, but majority of the songs,
the majority of it was crappy.
Not the greatest.
I'll just say it was crappy. He was a great composer, though. That's the bad thing.
Well, he's composing 4. He's composing 4.
I mean, I like what I've heard so far from 4.
Yeah.
Maybe he went back to whatever his inspiration was from Streets of Rage 1 and 2. Because goodness, whatever his inspiration was for this, he needs never let that happen.
Well, yeah, the robot thing, like I said, don't do that. Don't do that at all. And again, like I said, as Jay said, when we got to this stage right here with the whole thing, I died. The first time I ever played this game, I died.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
I did not know what the hell to go. I was like, what the?
You have no idea where to go. You know you want to
I'm like, I'm seeing this number. I'm like, okay, I see this number. I'm seeing this number now. And then when the gas got released, it was like, son of a, where to go? Up, down, down, up. Where? Where to go? Just ridiculous. And like I said, of course, you got the guys with the damn guns who stay off. Sometimes
I hated that.
They stay off screen and shoot your ass.
This was probably my most disliked enemy from Streets of Rage 3. Was them, because they stayed off screen.
Yep. See, you had to choose, like I said, you had to figure out where he was. Where he was. Good grief. It was annoying. Just annoying.
Yeah, because you can actually complete this level without saving them too.
Well, if you do it, you get a bad ending, which is you fight in the fake White House and you fight Shiva. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Jay just found out that if you hold B when you play Shiva in the first stage for the original Street of Rage,
yeah, you get to play with him.
Yeah, Jay didn't know that.
I never did that. I didn't know that. I feel stupid.
Dude, you got to do it right after, like the second you knock him out, you got to be holding that button, and you got to hold it until the next stage.
Yep.
Until the next stage starts.
Yeah, and then you would pick him up. Yeah.
He was very limited, so it would really, you weren't missing much if you didn't play with him.
Yeah, but he still was. I mean, he still did some cool combos, but you could do it with him because he was a little faster than Axel.
That's about all it was, is that he was a little bit faster.
Well, I mean, doing that thing, the slide on the floor, like little. I mean, like I said, I enjoy playing with him.
I think it's mostly because they didn't program the animations for him for players, because he had more moves.
In Street of Rage 2, yes.
No, I'm just saying in general, like even in Streets of Rage 3, they just didn't program all
like
animations for players.
Well, like I said, in Street of Rage 4 now, you see, homeboy got the half shirt on now.
Yeah, but he looks more like he did in Streets of Rage 2. He don't look so sickly like he does in this one.
Yeah, that's what he did, because like I said, that's what I was saying. It was more gritty in a way. That the graphics was not as sharp as 2. I was telling Jay,
I think it's because they tried to put too much detail on the characters. And that's
but the problem is, but sometimes it like when you play the game, when you have Axel in the yellow shirt, like it was oversaturated. Yellow was so out.
That yellow was horrible.
I don't like that page.
Gonna give him Adam's colors. Gonna give him Adam's colors, but then make it so horrible looking. I was like, I don't know who thought this was a good idea.
Hey, it is what it is. So, but like I said, Street of Rage 3 had his good thing. Final Fight. I mean, if I had to choose, to be honest, out of the two of them, Final Fight 3 was for me in this one.
I still prefer Streets of Rage 3 play wise, because again, the characters were just while Final Fight 3 they did have the special moves and they could do more with the special moves, Streets of Rage 3 just felt better overall.
Got you.
Is what I would say. Though I say as far as musical choice, Final Fight 3 was better over in the overall package outside of the few songs in Streets of Rage 3 that were really good.
What about you, Jay?
Let's see. Well, the thing is, I like Streets of Rage for skate. So
And
like,
you know the
bias
messed up thing is Skate was the only person that could pick up the big boys in Streets of Rage 3, which made no sense.
whatsoever. But
Well, as again, you fought a bulldozer, you're backing it off with your fist. Come on, logic. Come on.
yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
know. And then the fat boys were heavier than robots, but still.
Yeah. Honestly, I actually like Streets of Rage 3. I do agree with the music though. The music's kind of all over the place, but I did like Streets of Rage 3.
Yep. Okay. Well, getting to this point here, basically Street of Rage 4. But before you go, I'll say this. And I'm gonna ask you guys this. It could be the same thing, because we are fans of beat 'em up. If you had to list a couple games that, because Street of Rage 3 came out, like I said, 93, 94, and we have not got nothing except for remakes or just remasters.
Re-releases.
Yeah, as best as you can. But the beat 'em up genre has been, because of how Nindies have not Nindies, let me not be Indies. I say Nindies because I'm so used to it now. Nintendo spoiling me. But with now with what do you call it? With the Indies coming up with beat 'em ups and old school stuff and everything like that. If you had to list three games, Jay, that you would say, hey, check these out as beat 'em up in the beat 'em up genre before Street of Rage 4. I mean, any just in a genre that you like. What 3 games you could pull off that you think? Go ahead.
Well, let's see. Number 1 is Wolverblade. You can play it now on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo.
Which
there's Wolverblade.
Wolverblade.
Yeah, that's actually it's basically based on like Celtic myth. It involves you beating the crap out of the Romans, the Roman Legion.
Okay.
I adore that game. It is a little bit on the violent side. There's a lot of gore, but I think it's hilarious.
But Braveheart had a lot of gore, so
yeah. But this is with like 100% less Mel Gibson. So the other one, I do love the Capcom beat 'em up bundle that they gave everybody, because I never got to play freaking Knights of the Round, and I actually like Knights of the Round.
Knights of the Round is awesome, but
so
the Super Nintendo version still has the better music.
Okay, I never played it, so
I'm just telling you, just look it up and listen.
Gotcha. Let's see, what's the other one that I played that I actually enjoyed the hell out of? There's another one that came out that's a beat 'em up that I liked, and I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
Come back to me. I got to do some looking.
All right. What about you, Andre?
Well, anything recent that as far as the River City series goes, play any of those. Any of those, you will have a fantastic time.
Okay.
Trying to think if there's anything else that was on my radar that I've played recently besides Streets of Rage Remake. But like that's a good place to go if you want to get prepared for Streets of Rage 4. Is to play Streets of Rage Remake.
But not everybody's going to go through the
Yeah, not everybody's going to attempt it. I know. But there was River City. I would also recommend the Capcom beat 'em up bundle, but I'd say play, if anything out of that, play Captain Commando, Knights of the Round. Weren't the Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em ups from Capcom too?
Yeah,
I think those might have been on there. So
okay,
I play those. As far as a third goes, though,
well, I know if I list one, I know for sure. I know for sure Jay's gonna say I'll be like, yeah, I forgot about that one. So the one that's closest to this, which is funny that we play Final Fight and Shooter Range, would be Fight and Range.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that-
that's right.
yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, that's the other one.
I didn't even think about that.
But there are a couple more on
No,
that.
I got another one too, but I'm just saying Fight and Range
Fight
is
and Range, yeah.
is basically like the both of these mashed up really because one I like how they had the girl for guys, they got gal. That's what
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
Most of the bad guys are basically knockoff Street Fighter characters because like the generals are Bison and those suck. I hate that
And
slide.
they all do Bison's moves.
I hate
I'm like,
that stupid
Capcom
slide.
finna sue. Capcom finna sue. They got all the Bison's moves.
Other than the crush, other than the Psycho Crusher.
Yeah.
But they have that sliding knee, that double knee. Oh, that thing is
Yeah.
annoying as
The
hell.
rolling
The knee
move, it
press.
rolls
Yep.
and yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, bruh, Capcom gonna see this and y'all getting sued, but I'm gonna play it first.
They literally is an homage because then one of the bosses is basically like turtles. See, so you gotta fight the turtles of the boss. Another one is, of course, they have the stupid, as you just said, Jay and mostly Andre, the kickboxers. They're in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The freaking kickboxers in here. They're annoying too.
They got the woman in there with the whip.
Yeah, the women are the only one in the whip. Then you have the freaking instead of Andor with doing the chest, you got the pigs with their belly, so they rush upon you and hit you their belly. They're annoying. If I have to say annoying, the most I have to say would be the damn you got the damn buffaloes.
Oh yeah, the buffaloes, man.
my-
Flipping
Them
buffaloes.
suckers just pain in the ass. Just seriously. So you have that, and I mean, and also you have branching paths in that game as well,
Mhm.
and you have branching paths, and you have multiple endings.
And there's a lot of players to unlock.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unlockables in Fighting Rage.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Well, the only other one that I can think of, well, two that I can think of, but one of them people will probably actually play because the other one just has a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Uh-oh.
Dustin Elysian Tale is actually a good one.
Yes,
That's
a
out
good
on there.
one.
Yeah. That's a very good one.
I just beat
And-
it this year, so yes, I enjoyed it.
Shaq Fu, Legend Returns but buy the physical version
Yeah.
because the physical version has Barack Fu, Barack Obama, and that junk is funny.
Oh yeah,
That is a funny game.
that is well. I mean, the game was made for comedic. They
Yeah.
didn't take themselves serious, which is a good thing.
Which is smart because that's the problem with the first Shaq Fu was they tried to be serious and like
Oh
they were
boy.
gonna go with Street Fighter and Final Fight like
Oh my gosh, that did not do them any good.
yeah. So but this one they were like, you know what, that didn't work last time. Let's just make fun of everybody and do pop culture references, and that worked like a champ. Now my only issue with this is that the Barack Fu game, you have to buy the physical version to get access to the Barack Fu game. I think that is wrong on Saber Interactive's part. They should at least add it to the digital
Yeah.
for the digital people, especially if you got it during that time when they were giving people the game for free because they jacked up NBA Playgrounds.
Oh yeah. I remember
If
now.
you
Yep.
forget that they jacked up
Yeah.
NBA Playgrounds, and then when you go ask Saber Interactive about when is Barack Fu gonna drop for the digital, they don't answer nobody. I asked y'all on Twitter like 10 times. I ain't got no answer. Other than that, though, I'm just saying.
Another game I'll give up, of course, is Phantom Break Overdrive.
That's a good one too. Yeah, I played that one.
I need to beat that. I'm like 3 stages away from beating a Nightmare. I'm close. To beating Nightmare is the hardest level. As Andre said, you have to play it on the hardest level. So I'm that close for me. I gotta beat it. It is Nightmare does kick my ass. I ain't gonna lie, but it is pretty good to have that set up. So that's another game that's pretty good. And another game is a beat up, is a hack and slash beat 'em up. But I'm not 100% it because it's too damn meta for his own daggone reasoning, which
Yeah.
is Icy. Icy is I did a review for Icy. It's a freaking good game. It's like Bayonetta side scroll and Bayonetta, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it, you have multiple paths, and because the game is breaking the wall, like a lot. You try to find a true ending is a pain in the freaking butt.
I never found it. I just didn't care. I got to the point where I stopped caring.
Oh,
I have so much fun actually playing the game. I don't care about the endings anymore. I'm like, because I was trying to find it, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Because I did like. I mean, I'm spoiling this part. I did like the part when you have to fight the woman, one of the woman when you get close to the bigger boss. The guy was like, basically the story is basically you're the developer of this game and you create this character and you're narrating the game to do stuff. But if you don't follow the developer, he gets more annoyed and he does crazy stuff in the game. So one of the games like Icy must defeat her or to find out the true boss, blah blah. And I did not know that. But if you wait 5 minutes, because he goes back and forth. But if it's a long time in the game per se. As action packed as Icy, but yeah, 5 minutes. You wait 5 minutes, and then she's like, "Okay, you don't want to fight her. All right, I'll take her out." Like, but because I was gonna basically after a point, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go against everything he says and see what happens." So when he says you gotta fight her, okay, you have to fight her. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna rewrite this game. If you don't fight her, you'll die in a couple seconds. You'll die in 10 seconds, and you still ain't doing it. And it's like. And he's all right, I'll take her out. You didn't fight her. Go ahead to the next stage. It's like, dang. So it is really fourth wall breaking because the narrator is the developer of the game and he could change it on the best way to put it. If y'all grew up like us with Looney Tunes, remember that? Remember the Looney Tunes where Daffy Duck is there and Bugs Bunny's writing everything over?
Yeah, he keeps rewriting the episode while he's doing it.
Yeah, that's what that game reminded me. Icy reminded me of is like that. That's what it was.
I mean, fun game though.
It is a fun game.
Fun game. It's just like, dude, when I found out the game had so many endings, I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to find it. I'm just not trying to do that.
I got you. But I mean, those are some games out there, guys, you could check out. And then there's another game I do want to check. Is on the Steam, which is basically Takeover. It's supposed to come to Switch and PlayStation and everything. But again, when I found out who were the developers of that game, was like, oh, that game ain't gonna come until like 2 years from now. The same people who the same developers who made Pocket Rumble,
Pocket Fighter.
Pocket Fighter, man! Oh, jeez.
So they're gonna take a long time for that game to come to the Switch.
All right, bro, y'all the slowest developers I never and love to not give nobody no updates.
That is true. They have not given no update on the last trailer. Here's the funny thing: the last trailer of that game came out 2018, but it's on Steam.
See.
Yeah, so it is annoying in that regard. But with that said, we have Street Range 4, which we're coming to again. As Andre said before, Capcom, this is the time you should have had Final Fight 4. Really, it should have.
And do you expect anything from them at this point? I mean,
look, it's not what I expect. I'm just saying what they should have done.
Yeah.
I say again, at this point.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with what you just said. I'm with what you said, but this right here is the time Final Fight 4 should have happened, but it didn't. But Street Range 3 is Street Range 3, and the funny thing, look at the character on the screen. Basically, he's doing a Street Fighter move, a Capcom move, the focus punch. He's taking a hit and he just punched through. So it's like it's just so weird. So the bad guy's doing a Street Fighter move. Ain't that messed up?
That sounds about right.
And okay, and Andre, you see, still the food on the plate. Still food on the plate in the game.
Look, and it's even got steam coming off of it this time. Like it was like this was freshly cooked.
Hey man, why y'all hating on the food, man? That dude spent a lot of time making that.
Look, we know Adam and Axel's crew gonna need some help, so we gonna stash food in empty trash cans.
and then piping hot.
It's gonna be piping hot. Like y'all better be cooking. Like y'all better be cooking this around the clock.
And that makes perfect sense. Like, no, it really don't.
No, it don't. No, it don't. But
I really wish that they would have fixed those names.
oh, you
Call
mean
them
like
Garcia instead of Garcia, like they're
and-
supposed to be.
yeah, got
I really wish they would have fixed that.
you, got you. But
They
you
just
know what?
left it alone.
Like I said, the art style in here I dig. It's kind of sharp. Like I like how they did a good job on the art style to me.
Yeah, they
For Street
did.
Range 4, and to make the characters what it is. And I like I said, they took this basically like 2.5 because like look at the shadow work for the characters. And they did
Yeah.
a good job so far. So again, Lizard and all the guys who's working on this, props to you guys.
This
Seriously.
motherfucker, they pick up any weapons and stab you with them. They picked up the damn
Look at that. You
size
see-
and everything.
Yep. You see, and you see the guys then with
Like we want thugs with swords. Come on.
And you know, you know how we do in these streets, to raise streets.
Samurai thugs. That itself needs to be a game. Just because it would be funny. They have
Samurai
a beat 'em up
thugs.
called it Samurai Thugs.
Samurai thugs.
I would
Why not?
laugh like a mo-
And
Hey.
all the music has to be hip hop, bad
Yep.
hip hop,
Yeah.
like mumble rap, and then
No,
bad.
no.
No, hell no. No. If we're gonna
Yes,
do this,
no,
yes.
no.
we
Ain't
gonna
no
do this.
mumble
We're gonna
rap.
do it. No.
No
hell
mumble rap.
Oh no. Look,
Freaking
if this is gonna be done, you need a hip hop track. You need a hip hop OST like Samurai Champloo. I am not
Oh,
listening
okay.
to no
Yeah,
damn mumble rap.
basically
Hell
lo-fi.
no.
Yeah, you need lo-fi or
Hell
something like that. Yeah.
Unless you will listen to mumble rap if it was Lonely Island.
Oh, freaking hell not.
No, I would not.
Yes, you would do. Lonely. Y'all don't know who Lonely Island is?
No, I do not.
No, don't.
Y'all ain't never heard of the guys from Saturday Night Live, his fake rap group.
Okay.
Oh,
I have
dude,
to
y'all
check. I have
missing
to
out.
look it up. I guess.
Y'all missing out, man. They did I'm on a boat.
I
with
don't know
T-Pain.
about Public Enemy doing nothing together right now. Double A.
Oh, no, Public Enemy ain't doing nothing right now. Well, no, Public Enemy is Flavor Flav ain't.
No.
Look,
Public
again,
Enemy Radio.
Public Enemy
to be,
ain't
to,
Public
Public
Enemy.
Ra-
Ain't
is-
Public Enemy without Flavor
It's
Flav.
called Public Enemy Radio. They're separated now. It's
Yeah.
weird. Just
Public
weird.
Enemy is
weird,
not
but
Public
they-
Enemy without Flavor Flav. It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a
but
whole different story. But yes.
That's just that's too much to get into because that's just
Look, I ain't dealing with it.
damn, man.
Yeah.
What the hell is
Yeah.
wrong with y'all?
Yep.
But-
But you know what? But like I said,
But hey, get Wu-Tang Clan on it.
yeah. Rizzo.
Oh,
They'll do it.
RZA and Jizza, they'll do it.
They'll
yeah.
do it.
Ghostface. Yeah. They would.
They
do some
probably
crazy-
already did it. We don't know about it.
Look. Look,
You know, you're right. You're right about that.
Samurai Thugs. I don't even know how we got there.
But that
Besides-
because no, you got there because you saw the guys swinging swords and shit. Like, man, it's the real shit. This is
And then-
I'm Japanese now.
Then they gotta have the
Oh, shit.
remix album with Ninja Pirates.
Holy crap! So he got his own Shadow Clone Jutsu. Ain't that a bitch?
Which it would make sense for him to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He's one of the few characters that makes sense for him to do that.
True.
But why he got the kickboxers and not the the karate fighters?
I don't know, but like I said, you said in numbers.
I mean, the kickboxers go along with it, but
yeah.
he should have like the karate dudes or
Got
the kung fu
Well,
fighters.
like I said, and I'm looking forward to this game as well too because you have Adam had a kid, so we got Cherry Hunter now.
I mean, they had a huge time skip, so Skate got to be older.
We got it. Skates got you can't. You gotta put Skates. Something gotta be Skates up in this joint. It's just
Yeah.
you
Nah,
gotta.
What they gonna do is have Skate be the one that got kidnapped this time.
You know what? I just thought that just before you said it. I just thought that Skate was the one that got kidnapped.
That would actually, you know what? That would probably actually work in a weird way.
Like, but I don't like the idea. You just,
I mean,
they're
yeah.
just saying all the people from the Hunter family, everybody gotta get kidnapped at some point.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's
That's not gonna be Street
That's
Range
that's
5.
the rite of
that's
passage.
your right. That's your rite of passage, dude. We in this family, all of us get kidnapped. My daddy kidnapped me like his daddy before him. Like, what the hell?
Oh gosh, Game Explain. How did y'all play so horribly? But
You
My
don't
dad,
know.
my dad has always kept in line with at least 3 gang mobs to kidnap his kids. What
Oh
the
Lord.
hell?
oh,
Now,
man.
now it is cool that you call it limited game runs is gonna do the physical.
A limited run game.
Which,
Limited run
which
game.
means,
Sorry,
which
sorry.
means it's going to be really limited, so you better find your physical quick.
Yeah. Well, they announced when they're gonna sell it.
But
Which
I'm like, why they got Adam look like a Miami Vice officer though?
hey,
Don't
hey.
get mad at Tubbs. Don't get mad at Tubbs, man.
Look,
Oh yeah.
Blaze looks younger than she did, and her chest suddenly ballooned up.
Bro, dude, Miami.
Look, she
no.
looks younger. Her chest ballooned way bigger than it was.
Dude,
Hey, yeah, because she was 21 in the first Street range.
and now she's 19. So let's just go with that, all right?
And like Adam got the Tatsumaki, and he has the double kick from freaking Streets of Rage remake
Yep.
in his combo set. He has the double kick. He's got the Tatsumaki. He's got the Power Geyser.
Hey, the man said, I said, if you're gonna take some stuff, you're going, like I said, Street of
Look, he stole a little bit from everybody.
well, why not? Street of Range, SNK, yeah, why not?
He's like, I'm gonna take reuse.
He's trying to get his smash, dude. Let the man try to get his smash. He's doing everything he can to get his smash.
You know
right?
what? Yeah, I got you.
Look, put him in smash. I would not complain.
I won't complain either.
You wouldn't complain, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't look. Fuck him.
F
I don't
him.
care who else.
Exactly. I mean, okay. To be honest, just a quick aside, Jay. Out of all the 5 characters that came in that expansion pack, which one you play with the most?
Terry, I usually play with Terry or Hero.
Okay, but I don't know. I mean, as much as people wanted to get Banjo, I'm not. Other than
look, he even got reused double. He's got reused gut punch. He got a slide gut punch.
Well, Banjo ain't bad, but my thing is his best move kind of like it kind of negates the fact of me playing with him because it runs out too quick.
Got you.
So I mean, I will put it like this: like a lot of people got mad about the fighter pass because they had in their mind who they wanted,
I know.
it's not who he could actually get because he already explained he tried to get Sora. Yep. And Disney told him no.
Disney blocked that. Yeah. That's on Disney.
Yeah, and I think I know why. And me and Andre already talked about that. But the thing is, the way Sakurai puts the love Sakurai puts into his game, I don't have any problem buying them fighter passes, not knowing who the character is, because I know when the character hits, it's going to be a good character gameplay wise. Yeah. The gameplay is going to be awesome. So it's not like when you doing like Ed Boon in Mortal Kombat, where you just sitting there like, really? You gonna put Joker in here? Really?
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Really, bro? So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I trust Sakurai more than I trust in most other game developers when they talking about freaking DLC. Because Sakurai has never let me down.
Yep. Look, he designs the characters better than the people that own them.
Yeah. So, if you look at Terry Bogard and you look at Hero and Joker and go look at their games, you like, ooh, y'all should take notes. Mm-hmm. Especially Terry with that King of
Fighters. Terry's design is based on what he originally looked like.
Well,
and
he made
it look better than King of Fighters. What 14?
King of Fighters 14. They made Terry skinny again. I don't know why. Yeah. I still don't know why. Terry, Ryo, all of them, they're skinnier.
And I got
even Kyo was skinnier than he's supposed to be. I'm like, y'all just fuck this whole thing up.
Yep. So, and I also gotta say, when Sakurai does his stuff, like I said, he knows he goes to end detail to make sure it fits in the game, because he does the same thing with the Nintendo characters.
Yeah. That's why I didn't understand why people were getting so pissed off. I'm like, dude, when has he made a character that did not work well within the confines of the Smash Brothers universe?
Never. Never.
Now you may not like certain characters. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, because you're correct about that. Because everybody was like, when trust me, Sonic, I didn't have no problem. But when Snakes were introduced, it was like, what? Everybody was like,
questioning Snake.
Everybody was like, what?
And then they started playing with him and say, "Oh, this dude got some. You can combo off of him real good. I ain't got to get close." Now every damn body trying to play is Snake.
Don't like him, but hey, he still works.
So
It still works.
that's why I'm like, when I see people get angry about that, I'm like, dude, are you saying that you think that Masahiro Sakurai stiffed you? I'm like, nah, Masahiro Sakurai ain't stiff you, dude. I would
Exactly.
never say that.
Nope, I get what you.
One of the hardest working developers in the industry.
I'm like, this
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I'm like, this is the only man. I'd be like, look, man, he done made the game. Don't ask him for jack shit else, and let him take a damn vacation.
Well, okay. Again, we already done cracked the jokes, and I know you've done it too, Jay. What Sakurai has done. I mean, you troll him, threaten his life. He's trolled y'all hard
Yeah.
back. Again, the Luigi thing, putting a plant. Y'all, you want a Luigi? Here's a plant. Here's a freaking
Yeah,
plant.
I'm like, like y'all
Counting
better
in
stop playing
binary
with him.
so that he made sure he gave everybody the finger.
Oh, I still love that. I paused it right on that one when he was like 7, 8, 9. Do you see that middle finger? I was like,
Yeah.
that's what he was saying. All right, he was saying, "F you all." It's like, this is binary.
He had no reason to do that.
Whatever.
No,
Sakurai.
literally no reason
Bullshit.
to do that.
He did that because he just wanted a legal way to do it without Nintendo getting crazy. Fuck
Yeah.
y'all.
Nah, see, when he explained why he was doing it, they was like, okay, we'll let you do it.
But it was a secret, just like how his characters or whatever. He had a secret reason for that. Because again, when I did the direct about that, he did his when I paused it right on there and I said, "That's what Sakurai is telling the most y'all. Fuck off."
Mhm.
F
Yeah,
off.
I'm like, dude, how you gonna get mad at somebody for actually giving you everybody in the game? I'm like, dude, the reason why most of these Fire Emblem characters here because they was in other games.
And because the series has boosted in popularity and
Yeah.
Nintendo wanted to promote it.
Yeah, I'm like, he
And
shouldn't
also,
have to.
as
He shouldn't have to explain himself though. That's my problem is he shouldn't have to explain himself.
And as Andre just said, we talked to the Endcast, and also if it wasn't for the Nintendo, SNK wouldn't be where they are right now.
Yeah, they really wouldn't. Yeah, and,
I really don't.
and they
really
don't even
didn't
want
like
to put
that
none of
he
their
had
games
to-
on the Nintendo system, which
No,
is
no,
odd.
No,
to me.
no. SNK has put any games on Nintendo
No,
system.
but I'm not talking about. I'm talking about new ones. Like they ain't gonna put no new ones on there. They'll
Well,
put
they
like
put Samurai. They just put Samurai just 2 weeks,
Samurai
2 weeks ago.
Shodown.
Yeah.
Samurai Shodown just came
yeah,
out.
but I'm like, and it took forever for them to get that. The other one came out in June.
Granted, but at least that's
I
the newest game.
was like, it
No,
took
I got
forever for
you.
this.
I got you, but that is their newest game when they put it on there. I mean, as I told
And-
Andre, I did count it out, Andre. I was correct. The most published games on the eShop is SNK.
Yeah, but that's all like the arcade classics.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Visa is because Andre know this. He was in the podcast when the Switch just came out, and we looked at the eShops. I was like, there's a lot of damn SNK games just coming out. I said, this SNK was gonna throw the kitchen sink at the Switch, and I was like, what? 3 years later, I was like, they're throwing everything on the daggone console.
Yeah, except for King of Fighters 14 and
Well,
I ain't
Well,
gonna
King
say
of Fighters 14, it might be okay to let that one go.
that. Yeah,
It might be
You know
okay
what?
to
You
let
know
that
what?
one
I
go.
leave that to you. I leave that to
Yeah.
you guys. Okay, I leave it to you guys.
15 though, when they redesigned those characters after looking at what Sakurai did or asking him to give them some artwork hints,
Yeah.
maybe. But right now, no.
But you know what?
But
yeah, that would be cool in that regard. But
you know what? I wouldn't even get mad if they put like a new Fatal Fury on there. I'd be happy with that.
true.
If they put a new
Fatal
Fatal
Fury
Fury,
does
I'd be
actually
happy
need
with
some new
that.
games because the story is still incomplete.
Yeah,
yeah. it would
and
be.
I just want to see Geese jump off a doggone tower again because I just think that's hilarious.
I still love that intro for Final Fight. I mean, for Terry. Sakurai is a mother. The CG's like, I get it. He's like, no.
I'm like, dude, did you really just put the daggone invitation at Geese and then took it from him? That's messed up. That is so messed up.
Oh my god.
Made
that
him
was
drop
funny.
off the side of the building too.
Man died for a freaking invitation. Holy crap.
But I'm gonna be
That's how-
honest, man. I didn't think it was gonna be Terry. I thought Sakurai was gonna troll us and make it be the referee from Samurai Showdown. I really did think that's what he was gonna do.
Nah, I was thinking it's either gonna be. I really thought it was gonna be either Geese or Kyo because since Geese from Tekken. So I was thinking maybe that
I didn't think it would be. I was thinking it was going to be Kill or Terry. Those were the two I was looking.
Terry was up
towards.
there too, but is the I mean at the time when my mind was going and I saw that how people was getting close to it and that I was like okay, and then after Geese fell off, I was like okay, you gotta be Terry, you just gotta be Terry.
I knew it wouldn't be Iori. I knew he wouldn't be the choice, just strictly because he's not as popular as some of the other. He's a popular character for SNK, but he's not as popular.
Yeah,
and Terry's kind of like the face of SNK.
Oh yeah.
So,
Or my personal favorite. I thought for sure it was gonna be Hamaru.
nah,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be him because
well, yeah, he would have been a decent choice.
Yeah.
because
But,
especially
I
if we
mean-
were getting Samurai Showdown, I was like, okay,
But I mean, hey, he did end up in Soul Calibur, even though I said years ago he should.
yeah, but I don't even know how that's gonna go because I'm kind of mad at Soul Calibur myself. I'm kind of glad that game did not come to Nintendo because of the simple fact that that game is not as good as I thought it was gonna be,
Nope.
in my opinion.
I got you.
So-
I'm with you too.
I mean,
But you know,
I'm just pointing out that it's funny that I say something should happen and it's happened several times. They might as well just use the rest of the idea.
No, they're not gonna do that. Then they have to pay you.
Hey,
They'd have to
man.
pay me, and then they would have to put it on the Switch.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it on that. You got it on that. But you know what? I'll say this. There's one thing before we close it up will be if you said because like I said, I didn't know these guys was in my own backyard, limited run games. These guys down the road from me, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I would say this: it will be cool, and they do sometimes do some cool pack. I would say, guys, if you're gonna do it, it will be cool if you $29.99 for this plus maybe some music and stuff. But if you want to push a $60, put all 3 games plus that in there with the music and whatever else tchotchkes you're gonna put. You have to have the music just because it's Street of Rage, and then yeah. I think that'll be at least $49.99, or if you have all 4 Street of Rage games
Hmm.
on one cartridge, that'd be cool. I would pick it up. That all 4 because like you speaking, my Street of Rage. Sadly, I lost my 3 original Street of Rage because of the hurricane at my mom's house when she lost the house, so they was gone. They were gone. I have Street of Rage 2 on the 3DS, and I have Street of Rage 3 on the Wii U. So that's where I got my game. But it would be cool. It'll be a good collection. That's my point. I'm saying that.
Yeah, I can
It
see
would
that.
be.
Let
Mm,
other
but that
people.
would-
Because remember, these games came out again in 1990. The last one was 94, other than re-releases. But a lot of people have never played these games, so it'd be cool just to go all the way through up till 4. Because I
Yeah.
guarantee you're gonna tell a story through 4. So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. Like I said, I hope that they could do. They'll be cool if they could do that, but I don't know. But they said spring of this year they're gonna release the game. Hopefully, don't get pushed back, whatever it is, because there are a couple games. As Andre knows, there's another game that and you follow it more than me because I don't have a Twitter. What is going on with Freedom Planet 2?
I don't think anybody know what's going on with
Nothing
Freedom
has said
Planet
about
2.
Freedom Planet 2 as of late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, they
just
thought about another game they had, and I'm like, I don't care about this. What's Freedom Planet 2?
I mean, for a minute they had a couple good like gameplay and trailers, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! I'm looking forward for this." And then they went silent again.
Yeah.
So,
They should have never put that first trailer out.
well, it's
So
not
that
only the
first
first,
trailer-
not only the first trailer, it's the one also when you showed the panda girl who was your enemy in the first game. She's
Yeah.
playable. I was like, "Oh snap, she's playable now." She's okay.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I'm sitting there like, why y'all put this out if y'all don't want to talk about it?
Including like I said, the way that because again, like it's all about speed, and I like how she uses ice, like kind of like Silver Surfer or whatever, just freeze to move fast. I'm like, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be that they're trying to build up money to make the game better than what they had already projected to make it. And they're doing other projects to kind of get that to happen.
Okay,
That's my guess. I can't say for certain,
I got you.
but I really would like to see what the heck they got
doing.
planned.
Yeah, because they just haven't said anything to anybody.
True that. But you
In
know what?
months.
Yeah, hey, I'm just happy because again, you guys have Twitter, so I stay off of that toxic place. Uh-uh.
Mm.
I try my
Yeah.
best to keep my sanity as best as it can, as it is. But you know
Mm.
what? It was good to Jay. It's good to have you back again, guys. Check out Jay's channel because again, he and Andre do basically almost like a weekly podcast about what's happening, in gaming and just talk like basically like a random talk.
Basically.
Just yeah. So I'll basically when this is done, got rendered and edited on YouTube, I'll put his channel in the description. Y'all check him out, as well as his Discord if y'all want to go there and just talk about gaming because that's what it was always all about. Because he was the one who get me into the whole let's talk about games. So that's what it was. Let's talk games. Point blank, fun. Let's go. Hey. Industry got this little craziness, but it is what it is. But we have that. Of course, Andre has his many Street of Rage maker videos. He just did one today. So you also go check it out on his channel, of course, Game Idea Guy. And for me, I did say I'm gonna do this, so I have I'm gonna add a Street of Rage because they just like I just said before, they released Street of Rage OTS digitally remastered. So I'm gonna do a mix of those songs for the jukebox. So there's another game list is gonna be added to the jukebox next week, and that'll be how that works out. But again. And then me and Andre, if Jay want to join in, we'll do another one where we go figure out future of how because me and Andre had an idea how to make Final Fight versus Street Fighter, or Street Fighter, Final Fight versus Street of Rage, a fighting game, or beat 'em up game, like how we could come together because basically Game Idea is basically that's how his style is. But we'll see how that work out. But again, it's good to have you, linking back up with you.
Hey, I've had a good time, man.
And talking about games and having fun about talking games and talking mess.
Yeah.
And again, look on the screen right now. Remember the same thing as the Street of Rage. You're fighting a bulldozer. So again, it's just logic is gone to this. It's just games, okay? It's just games.
If you try to make sense of it, you're just gonna drive yourself crazy.
Yeah. So trust me, there's a lot of games out there to enjoy. And like I said, I'll put a description for Jay's channel, so you check him out. Check out the Game Idea channel. And basically, you guys know, again, because of YouTube, between Sunday 7:30 to 8:30, mostly 8:30 is always at the ending most of the time. To check out the next Endcast, I have a couple videos that's lined up for you guys to check about because I really did need to attack about the whole gaming thing about what's going on with the future of gaming, but I digress for that point. You guys, the video will be released Friday, so you'll check it out and see what's going on. And with that said, like I said, Street of Rage, Final Fight, 2 great games. There are multiple beat 'em ups out there that a lot of people like. As we brought up games that you guys should check out before Street of Rage 4. So hopefully, Street of Rage 4 is, like I said, like in my WTF, I'm not super hype on it, but I'm happy that it's there because the last time I played with these guys fully, as Andre said, was Project Cross Zone. Even though we didn't get all the characters, we only get Axel. But hey, it was a well surprise because I still remember the day when I messed with Axel and it was Andre and you and Shep, and you were like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like,
yeah, I remember
no,
that.
you lie. I was like, he's like, and I was like, tell you, he's one of your characters, and yeah, he's like something I was saying I was not using a while, and when you found out, you were like, finally. I was like, holy crap. Calm down, Andre. Calm down. Hopefully we could get as Jay and us just talked about, hope we could get a look. In the gaming, in what we are in game right now, and the way Switch is, I've said it before, a lot of games I'm buying for the Switch right now is just and because I'm gonna buy me a backup Switch and a Switch Lite. Cause I don't know what the future holds. I'm not an always online player, not my thing. Just saying. But cartridges last longer than the disc drive. This lasts as long if you take care of it, but the disc drive has its problems. So the more collection, bring it on, I'll buy it. That's basically it. I have never bought this much games this quick. I have a lot of Wii U games as I show in my physical collection. I do, but this quickly, I think I have like 30 that I counted of Switch games. And as Jay, as we all have that problem of our backlogs. Holy crap! I've not touched Astral Chains. I've not touched
Mountain
Demon X
that is.
Machina.
Yeah, I gotta finish Astral Chain. Shoot.
I still got Fire Emblem Three Houses to finish up. I got plenty games to finish. Okay. I don't know about y'all when y'all drop, but I got too much games to play. And if you got a Jordan on the Switch, play your games on PlayStation. If you got a Jordan on PlayStation, play your games on Xbox or PC. That's the whole point of having multiple consoles. Get it? But it is what it is. So with that said, guys, thank y'all for joining us. I know they got that. Like I said, there's a lot of people in the in the chat cracking their jokes. Yes, they saw that E3 is based. Well, it was dead a long time ago. E3 was dead.
It was just finally confirmed.
Yeah, it was just, again, they never did what it's supposed to be. That, in my opinion, again, it was all about information. Most YouTubers and most YouTubers became journalists for the game media, so they turned it into this super hype Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl of gaming. Ah, shut up with that nonsense. Well, Super Bowl just got shut down, bitches.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So I don't know who team you're gonna be Sis Boom Brian for, because it looked bad anyway. Because again, Sony, you have literally Sony has a console coming out. You're not gonna hear nothing from them in E3, and now E3 looks like it's canceled because of the whole virus thing, which is still blowing my mind how people are crazy with that nonsense. But I leave that alone. I said what I had to say this Sunday just passed. The numbers does not equal panic. But you all heard before, I've said individual people are stupid. So what can I say? But again, with that said, again, thank you guys for joining us. And there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy your games on all consoles, even PC. Y'all have a good night.